for some reason doesn't know what a wood chipper is and decided to stick his head in it.
Uh, 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 I'm doing. Hmm? Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. So
What
I
happened?
am Matt, trying not to kill my characters today. I've already introduced everyone because my mic for the server is different from my mic for streaming. You guys on the streaming end get better voice quality at the moment. That being said, finally, the person I'm surprised who has not lost a character at my table yet, mostly because they seem to worm their way out of it with or without my help, Keith.
Hi, how you doing? I murdered a man.
Who
I
did you
don't.
murder?
The Full Metal Hobo. Why? By the way, that is his canonical code name. He is the Full Metal Hobo.
Of
The
course,
full.
of course.
Why did you murder the full male hobo, Keats?
Well, you see, he was canonically in my way.
In your way, like in your way, or in
He
like.
couldn't stand the thought of Full Metal Hobo Brotherhood being better, so he just killed it before he got a chance to get started.
Wow.
So, all that being said, Keith, what happened yesterday?
Well, well,
Well,
we went to a temple
Yep.
for reasons. I
Has
don't
something to
know
do with the disappearing artist.
sure.
Yes.
When we got here, there was a group of religious people calmly and peacefully doing their own religious activities in the center. Oh, some fire. Our
what did
good
it do?
friend
Yeah, go ahead.
or ally, Waylon, decided to start throwing rocks at them. The fire did not appreciate this, and it turned out to be a fire elemental.
Oh,
Lynch ensued. All of them died but one, who was currently unconscious. We then decided where to go next. I argued that we should go into the big fancy room, as that's likely where the boss is, and we're still fresh, with good health and spell slots. While we are debating this, Wyland tries to charge to the door of the fancy room and kick it down.
wow.
Inside is a boss and two bodyguards. Wyland does some damage. They do damage back. I charge in and decide to throw a fireball after being heavily hinted at to do
The
so.
gods of this world told you should throw that fireball, and the
The
gods
gods
feel bad.
The god
told
is
me to
RPG Waylon.
do a, so I did a me. Waylon had about 3 health after this.
Uh-huh.
Hit again and was down. He healed. Then he got hit and died. Seeing Wyland dead, I decided to cast another fireball, which killed the rest of them. Sadly, what we did not know is that the boss, when he died, exploded in a necrotic fireball himself,
Yep.
which
A double
Destroyed.
fireball.
completely destroyed Wayland's body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all that happened. Everyone surrendered.
Except for one final thing, but we'll deal with that next week.
Cool.
So we are going to head back to the base of operations because you have casualties to report, mister. Actually, who's in charge of your group again?
PCC.
Oh, well, they're not here. So who's taking who's telling the boss someone died?
Who is Sass's character again? Is it the
Roku, I'm the new guy. I don't think I should take it. See.
Well, I'm not even a part of this organization, so I'm sorry, buddy, but you're in charge.
I hate to break it to you, Sass, but he has a point. Actually,
happened?
wait a second. Wait a second, Ringo. I just realized something. You're not technically a fully fledged member of the organization.
No.
And you may or may not have killed a fully fledged member of the organization.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Sounds like you owe a debt of honor.
You know, this Niho person doesn't sound so bad.
I mean, dude, look, listen to me. I think you have two options at this point, Waylon. You can either
I can vouch.
you have two options after murdering Waylon. You can either
I did not murder him. A cultist murdered him. I just made it very easy for that to happen.
okay.
He desecrated his body. Or
Technically, he didn't desecrate his body. He caused the interaction that desecrated his body.
Do you have
I-
no care for your own team members there? Ringo?
What? What do you guys?
When he was downed, or when he was dying, did you not seek to help your fellow
Well,
men?
I didn't really have a chance. I offered a hero point.
Well, hold on. From what
So
you told
they
me,
would
you
have
just
come
were-
up at wounded 4, which means they're dead.
They couldn't have ever come back even if Ringo had helped him.
Well,
They could have come back. The problem was his body disintegrated.
Yes.
Which
in
we did
order to bring back a body that's been disintegrated, you need a 10th level remake and a wish and a resurrection spell or a wish spell.
Which we do not have. Okay.
Well, yeah.
If only we had withers.
You didn't intend for that to happen, of course. So
Correct.
Yes.
Will is also not super upset about it because, as he put it, it was one hell of a blaze of glory.
I mean, we can
I'm
bring it
over.
back at some point.
And I mean, not
Somehow.
sure how lore-wise we're gonna do that, but
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot to add, it is also now canon that after he died and went to the afterlife, he threw a rock into Gavilan's groin.
yes,
Is it a rock?
that is
What?
canonic, and that's when Gavilan broke down and actually learned how to read.
wait, who? What?
Maybe you're a
Waylon
guy. You can actually bring it
Waylon
back
threw
from
a
the dead
rock
eventually.
into his groin, which is the
After-
thing that made Gavilan finally decide to break down and do what he was told.
Wow.
After he died, he went on the river Styx, and while floating, just threw a rock at a random bird.
Where's
Hit it
the
in
bird?
testicles.
The bird was me.
Cool.
Eh.
Well, the other you mean, not the frog. You, the bird.
Gavilan. So technically, Waylon has got to Gavilan before Ringo has.
Wait, at what point did Avalon die?
Gavilan did not die. Remember, his training arc is happening in the watchful gaze of Pharasma.
He was
Oh,
currently
big-
beating me to death every day, so I have died many times.
No, not to death, just slightly next to it, then healing you back up and doing it again and again until you learn.
No, I just die and then she drags me. River's like, okay, again.
The depths of
You
death.
can't die.
You can't die.
You
Is
can't die. Brand of death.
For now, you can die
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Yeah, that's
Do you know
indeed
what
a
that's?
Doctor Strange look, folks.
Yes,
That's
yes,
my
it's
love.
it's like one of the two best lines in the film.
You can't fight in here, gentlemen. This is the war room.
I think one of my other favorite lines is just every time he picks up the phone with the leader of the Soviet Union, and they sound like a married couple arguing.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe it's the line about the guy going insane because he's got like a thing about urine or something.
Anyway.
When he's like,
they're stealing our liquid, sass.
I like the quote from the soldier who was talking to the assistant, and the assistant needs quarters to get access to the president, and the soldier with them was like, "I'm gonna do your dirty deed of shooting the Coca-Cola machine to get you the quarters, but if you get this wrong or something, you're gonna have to pay the Coca-Cola company." Great. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Anyways, there is a place for us to move on. First of all, a brief moment of mourning for Waylon.
Well, he's dead, right?
Okay, and next.
There's no body to bury.
There is no body to bury, and that's enough of that song.
We need to let's
Did
take
you
a moment for
get a second to hear what was playing?
Huh?
Do. Yeah, I said I'd get Sadness and Sorrow for tomorrow when we bury the body. Since there's no body to bury, I played it for 5 seconds and stopped it.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm going to play it for like 2 seconds.
Take a moment of silence for our fallen comrade who bravely fallen to, what's the name of the guy we just
Brave
met?
might be a bit of a stretch.
Listen,
Also, you guys never actually learned the name of the guy. Just saw him as like the head priest.
head priest. He unfortunately fell to the head priest, charging onwards and dealing a mighty amount of damage.
Yes.
Hey, wait. Could Waylon's ghost friend bring him back to life?
What ghost friend?
Ghost
He's
friend.
insane. Remember?
What happened to the
The
ghost
ghost
friend?
is real at some
Yes,
point.
the ghost was real, and now he has a friend ghost. Why would he bring him back?
True.
Yeah.
What happens? Where are they? Are they just gonna be with us and we will never notice them or something? Or
Well, I mean, probably not.
Oh,
They're probably doing
Wilson.
ghost things
Wilson,
somewhere
you didn't
else.
bring him back.
They're probably doing ghost things somewhere else. But that's not important. I have an article
Wait, just
for
talking
Keith to read.
Wilson. Did literally Wilson come to life?
Well,
The
they're-
ball is yes by Waylon.
Oh,
Okay, okay. So,
that would be very funny, but no.
Keith, you have an Absalomian Times article to read, written by everyone's favorite reporter.
Absalomian Times article.
Is this the Thuvian disaster?
Yes, and I'm just signing the name of the person very quickly because I forgot to do that.
By Gerald of
Adriana Opria is the name.
Adriana Opriat.
There you go.
Upon my interview with the man known as the Leviathan Devil, I have decided to investigate his organization's initial endeavors without his presence. There are several aspects of this group that have left me pondering the requirements for joining it. There is the archaeologist and famed ancient Osirian expert who appears to be doing some part-time work for the organization. He possesses a peculiar pink scale dragon, and there are few issues with his inclusion. His actions have tarnished the reputation of their group in various ways, primarily due to the recent allegations of him being the sculptor, a notorious serial killer. Upon closer examination of the timeline, those allegations may indeed have some credibility.
Yes.
Yes.
Next, Jogo, who was executed rival for the murder of a father of 16.
Wow.
Charges disavow such actions and claim they would have never have condoned them. Yet their in-house lawyer defended him. Wait, actually, following that is Buzz, a lawyer who appears to be inept in the courtroom. He argued that race was the main issue in an obvious cold-blooded murder case. The reasons for the firing remain unknown. Last hired a hobo named Waylon. To put it bluntly, he's mentally unstable. Perhaps this project's goals, but it's impossible.
But it's possible.
Leadership, apart from the so-called liberation generation, does not align with the project's lofty ambitions. As such, I dub this second generation of recruits the terminal generation. For as long as they continue to operate in this manner, the project is destined for failure. To interview the members of the terminal generation to uncover the truth about whether their motives and abilities truly clash or if these recruits harbor sinister intentions. Adriana Oparia.
Of the Absalomian Times.
Oh my gosh.
Of the Absalomian Times.
Our tales have been detailed from Ireland to Cathay.
That's actually a good thing. We don't condone Jogo's actions, but we did give him a free lawyer.
To be fair, the Ice Peas Project didn't hire Buzz, Asmodeus did. So, looks like they hired him. But then again, you guys do realize Asmodeus fucking hates your guts.
Who?
I-
I've never met this Asmodeus man.
Why did Zoroku know Asmodeus? Oh, I guess he does.
Considering the walloping you gave his puppet nation of Cheliax, do you think he really likes you guys?
I don't know. I've never met this strange man.
Listen.
I do want to ask you a question. Yeah. Can any of you say any of what I wrote down for this fake journalist's article as being inaccurate?
We did indeed. Jogo did indeed kill that father of 16.
I would argue the part where she says that I may be a serial killer, but you know.
So, hey, in between the digs you've been notable for being at is enough time to get there and back. She said there's some credibility to it. She's not outright saying you're a serial killer. She's saying there's some credibility to the allegations.
There's some credibility.
So wait, where do we find Saki?
Well, we don't know quite about that quite yet. We'll get to it.
Okay.
So, who's breaking the news to Vazo that a person has died in combat? By the way, I want to mention something. This is, canonically, the first in-combat casualty of your organization.
Oh, we're very first with this generation, okay?
I guess that I can break the news.
Listen, I think the person...
Actually, you know what, Zoroku? Everyone else, aside from the hobo, walks out of the temple, and that's where we're going to begin today.
I guess if he doesn't desire to tell Vazo, I shall take the mantle for him.
Well, No. We're starting off with everyone walking out of the temple, except for the hobo that went in. You're standing
Oh.
there waiting for them, and you see they're one short. And that's where we'll begin today's session.
Okay. Guys, why is there I seem to recall there is one more than us than what you guys are coming back. What happened back there?
What do you mean?
What happened?
Well, we fought people.
Well, that's great. Who did you fight?
Who did we fight? Religious,
Can you repeat that? I can't hear you.
religious people.
Yes, you did. And can you explain to me why Waylon isn't with you guys?
Oh, yeah, I think that'd be a great question for Chi.
I think that's a great question to ask you.
Why me specifically?
You have very suspicious actions coming down those stairs.
Very.
You be the one to tell me what exactly happened.
I walked down the stairs suspiciously.
Yes. Tell me what happened.
Well, I'm afraid that Waylon died in the line of duty.
At the hearing of this, Hiroku is like, "Oh my gosh, we lost our comrade in combat."
Yes. A moment of silence for our dear Waylon.
better that he lived.
I'm sorry. I'm still doing a moment of silence.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Hiroku is in the
Oh
middle
my
of saying,
God.
"Better to die in a glorious blaze of glory than that
Yeah.
of in the streets." I'm glad he is able to be with us at the very least. How did he
Yes.
die, brother?
I'm sorry. I'm still doing my moment of silence. We'll have to wait a moment.
Oh, there's another thing I want to mention about what you find on on the what you find in the remains of the corpse of the guy that exploded, because like the physical objects on him are there. You find a weird looking religious symbol of Nethys.
Of Neth?
Yes, of Nethys.
Of Nethi.
And it's not like it's defiled. It looks like a particular cult that your organization has run into the leader of once, back in the day. This was before Raphael got into things, so only
Before
two
Raphael
of you
fucked
here
things
today
up.
would have any idea what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what this symbol is.
Cassius Malice. Cassius
Should I
Malice.
roll a religion check, or are you just giving me the...
I mean, you can definitely roll a religion check to figure out what this cult's about. They're a bit recent, so that would be probably something that's a bit easier to get. Honestly, so I will give that to you in just a second, but I want to see what Zoroku gets.
Everything is so slow on my end, man.
That's fine.
I'm trying to get there.
I'll try and open it up for you too. We'll race to see who can hit the button first.
Religion. Losing my religion.
So, yeah, the cult of Nethys this is associated to the cleric of Nethys, who started a cult specifically around the deity in hope of destroying this world that so callously abuses the magical abilities of the people of the world. In other words, since not everyone's a fucking wizard, he decided that the world should be destroyed, and he's currently has some weird scheme where he's trying to turn even the god himself into his own favor.
Whoa, based. I like this guy.
Ringo, are you saying that out loud, Ringo?
No, Ringo doesn't think that.
No, that's the player. That's above board keep. So, Yeah, that's actually probably more horrifying that he's there, because that means, oh, wait, what? I, that's bad. That's bad news. It means
That's
that
really
you
bad.
have more than 2 enemies here again.
That is
Yeah.
bad news. Yeah.
That is really bad. By the way, where's Wayland's body? Doesn't do good to dishonor him.
I'm sorry. I'm still doing my moment of silence. So about 12 minutes pass of just Ringo staying there in
Okay,
silence.
yeah, you're not gonna take 12 minutes, buddy. You gotta give me what happened. If you're not gonna tell me the other guys are, and
Well,
they're not gonna paint a good picture.
they're not here. So
I
12,
can ask someone else. Who else can I ask, Matt?
I will answer. He got blown up.
He got blown up.
Yes.
How?
By the evildoer.
The evildoer blew him up, and
Yeah.
no one was there to help him.
Well, it's kind of hard to help a man that's blown up.
Dang, we couldn't even bury it.
Ringo is sweating poison.
Ringo, are you okay?
No, I'm. It's just hot here.
Why are you sweating bullets?
I told you it's hot in here. Is it hot in here? Why is it so hot in here?
Would you like to share something with me? Anything else you'd like to share with me that you don't want me to learn from someone else?
What do you mean?
Matt, who can I talk to other than Ringo?
Well, I don't have really any character I can control, but just consider she explaining to you what's in the obituaries as a canonical thing.
Hello, it's me. It's me, Chief.
Okay.
You did nothing
Oh.
wrong.
Wow. He went out in a blaze of glory, literally and
Yes.
figuratively.
Truly, a brave with a heart fiery passion.
It did not help that you fireballed him, but I understood why you did. It was a
And it
You guys
dawns
tried,
on
though.
both of you at this moment in time that the first casualty of the organization's existence is a hobo.
Yes. So, hey, what's that?
joined recently, by the way.
Yes.
What's
He
that
didn't even get a
something?
chance to collect his first paycheck, so does it count? That's a good question.
He was. Who do we pay? Who do we send the regards to? Unfortunately, we don't have that. He doesn't have anyone to send to. He's a hobo.
Well,
Yes,
we don't know
very-
if he has family, where his family is. We
We
don't
should
know
probably-
about anything about him. We could have used some of the funds that he had to help pay for a resurrection, but there's no body.
There's no body.
This is all very. Hey, what's that sock doing lying there in the middle of this desert?
Was he in the
Yes,
middle of
as
the
you're
pyramid?
walking back to the main base of operations, you just see a a heavily armed sock puppet
Whoa! How big is
chasing
the
a
sock?
tumbleweed.
What?
Will, your cue.
Yeah.
What?
Hi.
Yeah,
What
how
are you-
large is Saki?
He's
Ow.
small. He's like a little quadruped, little like doll thing.
He's a quadrupedal sock chasing a tumbleweed.
How does that work?
Ah!
What?
Chasing
What
a
am I
tumbleweed?
looking at?
Yes, you are a heavily armed sock puppet holding your weapons, chasing a tumbleweed.
Is he shooting it or casting something or? what
I'm
is he-
throwing an axe at it.
You're throwing an axe at it.
And the tumbleweed
Remember,
is
like-
dodging. It is your most
Ringo,
fierce
is it-
opponent so far.
Ringo,
Ah!
am I looking at things right, or is this the desert making
You were
mirages out
foggy
of my
enough.
face?
Am I having a heat stroke?
Am I? What am I looking at? So Zoroku approaches slowly. Greetings.
The
Who
tumbleweed
are
has
you?
another axe in it.
Sorry.
The tumbleweed has a weapon.
The tumbleweed has a
No.
weapon.
Tumbleweed has a... Somebody took my axe.
I do a perception check.
Actually, no, that tumbleweed doesn't have an axe. It has a pistol.
What the heck is a tumbleweed doing with a pistol?
I don't know. What do you feel about your AC?
Oh my gosh. My AC
I'm
is
getting very angry.
my AC is 24.
So, if the gunshot just barely misses you, Zoroku.
Ah! The
Yeah,
freaking
I'm
the
gonna
puppets the puppet man screams
kill it.
and then starts throwing axes at it like rapidly.
The puppet is hostile. Quick, kill it.
The tumbleweed did almost hit me, Ringo. So
The bullet almost hit you.
Wait, you actually attacked the puppet?
No.
that's what Ringo is doing.
Ringo didn't say he attacked the puppet. He told Zoroku to attack the puppet.
Oh, why are you telling me to just attack the puppet?
If you attack the puppet, he is currently raging. Oh right, I forgot to mention his eyes start to glow.
This is a barbarian sock. Why
Yes,
am
a
I...
barbarian sock puppet
Oh
that is
my
fighting a
gosh,
tumbleweed
what
with
are
a
you
gun.
What is this? What have you done? What
No,
ancestry
hold on.
is this thing?
Hold on. I have done no such thing.
Will, what
But if
is
you hit the puppet, he literally has to hit you back.
What's
I
the
have not
ancestry of
hit
this
the
thing?
puppet. No puppet.
She asked the three of you what you're doing, and why one of you is acting like a gunshot was fired, and how long has it been since you had water?
I've had water recently. I guess am I looking at? Are my eyes deceiving me? Chi? Is that really?
She hands you a jug of water.
I have to. Yeah. All right. I drink the jug of water.
The tumbleweed is gone.
Oh.
It got
who was
away.
shooting at me then?
Well, no one. But
Okay.
the weird puppet wielding axes is still here, so that's not an illusion. But the tumbleweed with gun was.
I took a 20 perception check. How did I not realize that was a tumbleweed? That's right. That was a mirage.
Well, because perception check is not the check you would need to make for a mirage.
Is that a magic thing?
That
or
is
what?
it. Well, first of all, fun fact: that tumbleweed is indeed an illusion spell, but it is not. It is not an illusion spell cast by anyone.
It's not an illusion spell cast, but it could be
The
like
heat today has a special side effect to it. Mirages have a magical application.
Oh,
to
that's
them.
what a membelly looks like. Okay, so it doesn't really look like an axe. It looks very strange.
DCC, is it me, or I understand that tumbleweed didn't actually shoot something at me, but
No,
do you
there's
see
not
a
even
sock-
tumbleweed.
Sorry, but do you see a sock puppet with an axe? Is that my
It looks
magic?
No,
like
no,
a
the
fork,
sock
like
puppet's
knife
real.
or whatever it is. Here, let me pull a picture of it.
No, the sock puppet's real.
The sock puppet's real.
Yep,
My eyes are
100%.
deceiving me.
Here. So, where should
They're
I put
called
the weapon?
puppets, and they're people.
I've never come across one before. Okay.
Where should I put the weapons?
I don't know, probably in like voice chat text.
Okay.
Puppets! I challenge you to an arm wrestling duel.
They look like that.
Did Puppet hear me?
What?
No, he was too busy obsessing over a weapon.
Would you like to do an arm wrestle?
Arm wrestle!
Let's go.
I like
Okay.
how it's
Right here, right now, in the desert.
I like how Sass would prepare to talk to a character that's not even here than me.
No, the
You
puppet's
see his
real.
little nubby little hands that aren't really even hands.
Oh,
I mean,
listen,
Oh, yeah.
listen. These are dice rolls. It doesn't matter. If I roll a nat 1, you can defeat me.
Oh yeah, those were designed for throwing because you'd be guaranteed to hit something because of all the edges.
I rolled a 19. Go ahead, Will. Hit!
So the
Yeah,
puppet takes.
God,
So
the puppet
as you
is-
get down on the ground, the puppet picks you up and throws you.
Wow. Amazing strength.
Why are all the small people so strong?
Better question is, why is Oroku getting outpaced by all these small creatures?
Because this is Pathfinder. It's a bulky, strong orc can have a smaller what's it called? A lesser strength score than that of a sock puppet.
Apparently.
Okay.
So
I
yeah, as I
win.
tossed aside, I'd be like, "Whoa!"
I'm gonna be honest, I'm still confused how this sock puppet is a quadruped.
A quadrupedal.
Yes.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
does
Yes,
that
he has
work?
a 30-foot movement speed.
Yeah, but what does that look like?
He's
Yeah.
gonna have to. He'd have to go on his like back a bit, and then like extend one of its limbs out to me. then
Well,
he-
actually, it probably has like 6 limbs. Anyways.
Yeah, what you tell me is that this sock puppet barbarian is a centaur,
Apparently.
and I can't visualize this.
It's kind of hard to visualize because he's very small, and it looks like he doesn't have muscle, but he has strong.
Because
Muscle.
a sock puppet is designed around a sock that is worn on a single leg.
Also, like, maybe quadrupedal was just a very dumb thing to describe because someone has to get me a picture.
Like, are
Sure
on
you
all
want to shoot
fours?
yourself in the foot there, Will?
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
are you
I
on
took
both-
one of the feet. I took the quadrupedal feet. I
Are you
changed my
on all-
mind.
Okay, you're on.
How
both?
are you going to get me a picture of this? Because you don't have one at the moment.
No, I do not.
Maybe,
Yeah.
and hear me.
Wait, are you saying you have 4 legs and you have 2 arms?
Yes.
I think so.
It has
I don't know.
freakish.
What does the
figuring this
sock
shit out.
puppet look like?
It has freakish, nightmarish, like crab legs poking out of the bottom of the sock. And there's actually like a creature in the
He
sock.
very much looks homemade. That'll say. Definitely homemade.
Isn't it great, Matt? We got ourselves a sock puppet.
This is a very complicated character, and I have no art for it, so...
I will.
Would you
You
like
want
to
me to
join
look
our
at-
group,
get-
little puppet?
I would
You-
prefer you either make it on Hero Forge or get a commission.
Can you make a quadruped on Hero Forge?
I have
Can
no
you make
idea.
a quadrupedal sock puppet on Hero Forge?
Probably.
I don't think so.
Probably. It'll take a fucking butt ton of effort, Will, but you put yourself in this hole. That's...
I think you can get an image, though, right?
I don't want to, like, I'd prefer you guys to
I
not
really get a freaking
use
sock
copyrighted
puppet.
images.
I mean,
Oh,
I
really?
can
Image
understand.
of
I can
sock
understand
monkey.
that. I can understand making your own models, but we're dealing with a sock puppet.
That's
I'm
why I
not
said
sure.
commission. Like, I don't even know how he's gonna get a quadrupedal sock puppet because, like, Keat saying that doesn't make sense.
You're gonna have to visualize that for us, and I'm not sure if you visualize that for us.
Yeah, even I haven't visualized it yet. I'm working on it.
Well, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm saying that I can't visualize it, like you said.
Yeah, that's why I said you haven't visualized.
Okay, let me look at feet. I'll get rid of the quadruped if that bothers you so
You
much.
can. You can.
Well,
you
I
can,
mean,
you
the
can
quadruped
module
is
people.
just gonna be hard for you to get me art of. That's all I'm saying. You could probably
Just
make a
that-
decent sock puppet on Hero
You-
Forge.
the mechanics of your sock puppet. It's all right. I just want to.
We just need. This is one of those things where it's not a we want a picture. It's a we sort of need one. This is an interesting sight we have to see.
Listen,
I can
this
take
is like
shiny
this is the
button eyes
wonder of the.
instead. I'll take that feet. It's good.
I mean, you can be a quadruped. I just want to know what it looks like.
Yes,
It's a
that's what we're
wonderful
asking
thing.
you. Well, We want to know what this thing looks like.
Okay.
You know what? Look, you don't have to. You don't have to give us an image. Just conceptualize it for us. What does are these crab legs? Are these human legs?
Yeah, okay, I was thinking, because he has Membele, that would kind of make him, like, originating from the Wongi Expanse. So he'd probably have, like... Isn't there, like, spider people in the Wongi Expanse?
A spider. Okay, spider legs. Tell me that.
I love that the happy little guy has freaky spider legs.
Listen, we get what we get. Okay.
No,
Not
I
all of us-
like that.
Where do you hail
maybe
from? Little
maybe
Poppet?
they put a horse head on it for some reason. I don't know.
A horse saddle on the poppet. Okay.
No,
Where
horse
do you-
head.
Where do you hail from, little poppet? And what's your name?
I'm Saki. You see, I was made by my owner. She called me little buddy. You better call me little buddy, because you don't call me little buddy, I will hurt you.
He's an adorable little buddy.
He also
Thank
gives threats.
you.
Okay, little buddy.
Wait, what? What are they called? Like, are they Glumas? Is that what they're called?
Glumas.
I don't know what a gluma is.
That's like the race.
Gloma.
Globa.
Gloma.
Okay.
So I wanna explain something. I'm putting in a quadrupedal sock puppet
A
wielding
spider
two
leg.
Mombellas into an AI, and it's not giving me any sock puppets with 4 legs. In fact,
What does
it's
the
more
arms
commonly
look
giving
like?
me
Are they
people
also
with
little
socks.
stubs? Are the arms also little stubs, or are they spider arms, or what are you?
They're like stubs. Their hands are stubs.
The hands are stubs. Wow.
That's
Okay,
cute.
so I grabbed this little stub and I got thrown away by this poppet. Amazing.
I like our little buddy Shocky.
I get thrown around by everyone in this playthrough. Welcome to Sass Gets Thrown Around.
Yeah, she's kind of... My owner's died tragically, so she kind of just gives me power when I get angry. It's very
Yo.
weird.
Your oldest died? Oh,
My
I'm sorry.
owner!
Your owner.
Owner, listen when I talk!
What is his name?
Her name?
What is her name, little buddy?
What is her name?
It's alright. If it's not cracking your head, we can
Well,
Hey,
Hey, wait, what's your name? You never told me it. Sally? Sally's her name. Apparently.
Sally's her name. Gotcha. Little buddy and Sally. And Sally passed away.
She's right here with me, though.
I thought you said she died. What?
She did die.
Oh. What okay, what am I looking at in regards to Sally then?
What?
No. Spirit Instinct Barbarian.
I don't
Oh,
understand. What
spirit.
you mean.
It's a spirit. Okay.
Yeah, it's a ghost.
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 Well, there is.
I've already dealt with another person who had a. Unfortunately, the other person in our party who had a spirit alongside them just passed away.
How sad.
Very sad. Very sad.
Well, you better get me art for this thing because I have no revenues for it. Okay. And this character deserves it. Fun.
I
You're
will
gonna
really
have
just
to-
put a picture of Sock Puppet on
You
there.
have to basically
This
ask
point-
Silver to be like, oh, can you just like nonchalantly just like, can you just quickly draw me just a little puppet with 4 spider legs?
You should use GIMP and just take a picture of a sock puppet and add a bended sock puppet's bottom half to the back of it, because that's what I'm imagining.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so you have one sock puppet, then
You take
half
his
a
entire
sock puppet,
torso, put it on the back of it, and then have an upper body attached to the top of it. Okay.
Yeah, you can make that in GIMP.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
hello, Sally and little buddy.
Sally can't hear you.
Can who can talk to Sally?
I can.
Okay, all right.
Sally, this weirdo says hi.
That's a bit offensive, but okay.
I'm just calling it like it is.
Fuck,
It's a
this is
regular
my
word.
favorite Will character now.
People
Like,
just-
holy shit.
Listen, I'm not sure where you come from, but orcs are pretty normal, so I don't see how it's weird. We can come along.
If I saw an orc in a business suit,
know
I think that
normal
would be
is.
very
I mean, it's not every day you see a poppet, Bingo. Well, you think it's more likely to see a poppet or is to see an orc?
Well, get used to it, asshole.
Well,
You're the one who's an asshole. What are you talking about? Chat. Little mouth, very dirty mouth. You should wash that.
I don't
Dirty
know.
sock.
If I saw an orc in, say, a business suit, I think that would be pretty weird.
Yeah, but I'm not in a
you
business
see like an entire tribe of orc accountants walking by. And they're like, "Fuck you, dude!
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?"
Hey,
asshole!
how you guys doing in this desert, bro? Where you coming from?
It's taxes. It's tax season, you bitch. That's why we're wearing
No.
suits. You find us
No.
weird? We're the money hubber tribe, okay? We do people's taxes. Do you know how complicated it is for an orc to get through business school? No,
Wait a
imagine an
second.
entire tribe getting through business school.
I think Keith's talking about his prior character.
I
as
know
a
he's
business-
talking about it. I'm just saying, it's like, fuck you guys. I hope you don't pay taxes here, or else you're gonna be paying extra, you sons of bitches.
I hope you miss your taxes.
Oh, what you were gonna
He's
say was
very angry.
I thought what you were gonna say was you look at this and you just see a
Hold
random
up.
orc. You just
In
see
order for you to join our organization, Saki, we must realize that not everything is a target. Right? So in this case, you may have a seething hatred of me and my brethren, but there is no justification for attacking them.
Sorry, I've been in the Mwangi expanse traveling alone for a while.
We can
Those
help
things
you.
do try and kill you, especially when you're a tiny. I mean, there was one time where somebody tried to sell me, and then there's.
Well, would you like instead of being tossed around, would you like to join us? They're the Ice Peace organization.
What's that?
Wingo,
Sounds
tell them
weird.
about the Ice Peace organization.
Ice Peace Project.
Ice
What a
Peace
horrible
project.
acronym.
We didn't even say it was an acronym yet, Saki. Also, fuck you guys.
I point to Ringo. Ringo, introduce Saki here to what the Ice Peace project is.
Well, first I'd like to say what I thought Matt was gonna say is looking at a distance and you see a single orc just running through the desert. Annihilatron, where are you?
Oh, you also see that, but more importantly, closer to you, you have like a tribe of orc accountants walking by, flipping you off as you say that.
You
The
I
ice,
not try flipping off any other orc before we get back, please.
the ice.
I'm feeling very targeted here.
Hey, Zoroku, you can report them to Oh, we don't have an HR department yet.
We don't have an HR department.
I guess
What are
we're
you
gonna have to get one with everything happening today.
Nah. We'll
Well, it is also
Zoroku can
which are
easily
lighting
handle
on
it.
fire.
we're very proud people, okay?
It hurts.
The orcs are proud people.
Yeah. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
that's
Wait,
ac-
what?
I mean, that's
I
accurate,
won't be
actually.
proud
I'm
after I'm done with them.
I couldn't hear that. What did you say?
They won't be proud after I'm done with them.
I'm beginning to regret you even trying. If you even, I regret to even inform you of even wanting to get you into our organization. little buddy. So
Well,
you can go
the
by your merry way if you want.
Ice Peace Project
Well,
is a group.
it would be nice if I wasn't kidnapped by random people. So
Well,
I
great.
don't know. Traveling as a group
I've
might
been
help
offering
against
you
that.
every opportunity, but you've been just being an ass towards me, and everyone liked me. So I don't. Why should I
No.
be? Why should I be helpful towards you? What should
Hold
I
on,
serve?
Zero-
What do you have to give to us?
Hold on,
I can murder
Zero Key.
things. I hit
Everyone.
pretty hard.
Okay, I'm hearing
Wait,
both. I'm
wait,
hearing
Ringo,
double here.
Ringo, what are you saying, guys?
What are you
Ringo.
saying, Ringo?
Hold on, Zeroku. Everyone's an asshole to you. Little Buddy, the Ice Peace Project, dedicated to no idea, but they pay well.
Money.
I don't think that's
Good
our. I
money.
don't think that's
I
our
can get
mission
paid for
statement.
this. I'm in.
Oh, that doesn't
Also,
seem-
since when has there been a requirement to enter the organization, Zeroku?
Not exactly, but it doesn't.
So you-
It doesn't help. It doesn't exactly help that that this is the first impression, and not exactly liking
Well,
them.
you can file a complaint with Vazo after he
There's
signs
no-
the paperwork. Okay.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think my argument is gonna persuade him to anything.
You are
to be
correct.
First
honest.
of all, you guys aren't a rank at which you can offer people a job and have it stick. You got to talk to Vazo about that.
Yeah,
I have to get a
sure.
drink.
We can bring you back, and I guess Vazo will probably accept you. It's just yeah.
To say
Who is
yes.
Vaso?
I'm looking. I looked at Ringo. It says you're in charge of telling Vazo everything regarding Waylon.
Okay, you're in charge of Little Buddy. He seems
Very
to like
well.
you.
Yeah, that's the opposite. That's the opposite of the case, but fine.
Oh no, that's a work in. I think that's a work in progress.
This voice is gonna hurt you after a while. I hope you're prepared for that.
Yeah, he's grabbing a drink.
Actually,
So while
it's not
he's grabbing a
bothering me
drink,
that
let's
much.
deal with the aftermath of what you guys have done.
Actually, no. I think
The
I think I'm
consequences
right.
of my actions.
What?
No, no.
So you guys get back into camp with a quadrupedal suck puppet holding Monbellas.
Really
Very
classic.
racist towards orcs.
Yes,
Blue, huh?
very racist towards pretty much
You're
everything.
giving me funny looks. Oh,
What's funnier, this character or
I
the
would
orc
be laughing
accounted
if I
tribe?
would be laughing if I if I can hear Will's stuff.
I can't
guess.
believe I just defaulted to imitating freaking the puppet from freaking Disenchantment. I don't know why that just happened, but
Yeah,
it just
works.
it worked so good.
Yep. So, Ringo, you walk in with Zeroku and the puppet, who seems to be trying to, like, gnaw at Zeroku's ankles, but it doesn't have teeth or a mouth.
It's
So,
a weird thing. It's like it looks like he's hugging me, but instead it's just trying to kill me. Right?
Yeah.
Bull.
Vaz is like, where's Waylon?
Oh, I regret to inform you that Waylon has died.
What the
You're not carrying the corpse with you.
where's
There
the
is-
corpse?
Disintegrated.
Well,
Ow!
Well, you see,
what
we
does
were
that
fighting.
mean?
We were fighting a man. It means his body went bye-bye. We were fighting a man, and we killed said man. And it turns out, when he dies, for reasons I am not quite sure of, he explodes.
He did a lot of damage from what Chi told me. Unfortunately,
On
I look
Earth,
at
did
I
you
look at-
not only commit the first crime in our organization's history as a group, but also get the first casualty?
Okay, now first off, that was definitely not the first crime that this group has done.
we had
The first crime we've ever been charged with.
Oh,
Ringo dropped a couple of fireballs, which unfortunately affected.
Look,
Gavilan-
usually when Matt and Gavilan do crimes, it ends up with people thanking them. Which
Gavilan
is really
was-
weird, but that's
Gavilan
just
was
how
a-
it works.
Gavilan is simply built different.
But when Zeroku brings that up that I did damage to him, I just quickly look at him with spite.
Listen,
Well,
I was
Ringo,
just being told
I
that
have.
Chi-Chi told
Wait,
me.
Ringo, you're not technically a full-fledged member of our organization, aren't you?
That is correct.
Okay. Here's a contract. Sign it or we execute you.
Ah, that sucks. I guess I'm gonna die.
Another death.
You could
in
also
the
just
IC
get
project.
paid more for officially working with us, have the amount of free time you used to have while exploring ancient Osirian ruins, and not die.
That sucks. I guess you get to kill an innocent man.
The kobold does have a
Technically,
way
you're
for it.
responsible for murdering one of our members.
I didn't murder anyone.
Zeroku, can you confirm or deny that fact?
Chi told me that they did fireball Waylon.
So you cannot confirm or deny that fact.
I was not there. That's what Chi. I guess all of the other party members have been telling me that it's the case that Ringo was the one to fireball Waylon.
So
It's me, ECC. He definitely did not kill Waylon.
I will say that it looked like a difficult person to defeat. I will say that about
my main
Look.
question.
It's Waylon.
Is-
You knew he was going to die.
Yeah, but I thought he'd have like I thought he'd be able to collect a single paycheck. Okay. The level of incompetency your group has shown throughout 2 weeks.
Can you put this in the kobold voice, by the way?
Sorry. The
Yeah,
amount
but-
of competency
There
your
we
group
go.
has shown throughout 2 weeks. Have you done so much damage to our reputation in
Well,
2 weeks?
The real question you should be asking is, where was Zeroku and why was he not helping us fight?
Because
And
you
that's
have 2 separate groups. One
What?
goes into the dungeon, one waits outside. If they hear a bum rush happening, they go in and surprise backup. That's how our organization works. That's how it's always worked.
There was definitely a bum,
murderer.
there was definitely a bum rush, and I didn't hear Zeroku coming in.
That's because, based upon what she has reported to me, that sounds like a bum rush that he committed single-handedly. Where the fuck were you?
You're right.
I'm
he
back.
did do
He
a single-
basically did a off character. He basically did a Leroy Jenkins.
Yes.
Amazing.
What?
He did do it by himself, meaning that the death was his own fault.
Did you, or did you not, fireball him?
Yes, sir, I did.
Sounds
So,
like
did
a
that
cult.
happen to down him?
No.
According
You
to
sure?
GCC's report, it did.
Well,
So
TCC
you're lying to me.
TCC is wrong.
Roll me that deception check, Ringo.
Everyone is
Sounds like
this is no
lying
make
dad.
Ringo.
That's not a
Is it-
check. I did not
You actually did down him. So that is
No,
a
I-
deception check.
3 health, and then he got hit with a crossbow bolt.
No, it's the opposite. He got hit with an arrow that we all forgot about, then you hit him with a fireball that downed him.
Oh.
So, yeah, make me that deception check.
Yes, if you
okay.
didn't get
You
hit
want
by
to
that arrow,
revise any
you
of your statements right now, Ringo, or it's all right. It's all good. You didn't
Oh,
know
no,
about
he was so adamant about saying that's not a deception check. He's rolling that deception check now.
that.
That's because I thought it was an exception.
Did he win? Did he
Well,
roll a
it's an
natural?
opposed roll because Vazo is rolling a deception check for lie to me.
I don't think he's. Oh my gosh!
I can't beat
You
that.
have the nerve to lie to Vazo's face.
That was
with
not a.
a-
I was just an idiot.
Ringo, you are a very well respected ancient Osirian
Scar.
archaeologist.
Well, now I have to roll a lie to me.
Why is that? Wait, that's a
Yeah,
lie.
go ahead. You can roll a lie to me.
Wait, that's a lie. I didn't know that.
No, it's not a lie. You are a very well respected ancient Osirian.
How is that a lie?
That's not a
Why are
lie.
you-
That's not a
Why
lie.
did you roll for that?
So, here's the thing. Technically, at this point, I really should fire all of you.
Is that a kobold? Dang, he's short.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm short.
I'm sorry. I'm so
You're
sorry.
short.
Have you met our new friend, Little Buddy?
I am not
He is-
hiring that thing. The
Oh.
first thing he talks to me about is by calling me short.
What was the first?
Sounds like it is. I
He-
wasn't making any judgments.
If you,
Actually, now
sir,
I'm not sure how to feel about that. 'Cause, yeah, I am short.
understand-
Will you
I
at least
understand.
admit I'm taller than you?
I understand that
Yes.
we.
You are taller.
Okay, we'll consider that in a second. But Ringo,
Little Buddy.
technically, I can't fire so many people because of your. Well, actually, you've done so much damage to this organization, and I can't technically give you punishment unless you're a fully fledged member. So sign that.
Little Buddy to join your group.
Yeah, why don't you join with him?
Well, you see, when you do, you just said you're gonna punish me.
Well, technically, yes. I'm
So
punishing
I-
your entire organization, your entire team. But
So why would I
can't
do
punish you until you sign this. Well, because the alternative is we arrest you for murder.
You don't have the authority to arrest me.
I don't
You
be so sure
murdered
about
a
that.
Taldane troop. I am under full authority to arrest you for that.
We did not murder a Taldane troop. That was Waylon. He caused that incident.
Just so you know, if I'm being arrested with these people, I will not be taken alive.
Oh no, little buddy, we're not arresting you. Just the frog, unless he signs this paperwork.
Oh, okay.
Little buddy, do you think it's better to sign paperwork that gets him a higher pay and more freedom, or be arrested and potentially executed?
Signing papers really hard with my nubs.
Well, yeah. Technically, we just ask you for like a couple of blotches, but he can sign it. So if he can sign it easily, should he sign it?
Do you have any ink? Hand me the ink.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Ringo. Do you think your buddy Ringo should sign the paperwork rather than die?
I mean, it's his choice.
It sounds like where's the two options for Ringo? But the signing the papers is the better option as far as
You
I
are
can hear.
literally getting paid a tenth of what we would actually be offering you if
That's
you were
fine.
a member. Plus, there's
So
a
that was-
signing bonus.
If I needed money, I would just send a letter to Daddy.
Oh,
Ringo,
right. We actually
are
do
you-
have a letter from your father. Here you go.
Oh dear!
What are you doing? What
Oh
are you
no!
doing? What are you doing to my character here?
Where
You
is this?
open
Where is this letter?
so the letter is your father disowning you for being a serial killer.
Oh
Ah,
my
thanks.
gosh!
By the way, I'm also not really sure what's in the letter, but the postman said it was urgent to give it to you as soon as possible. What's wrong? Why do you look
I
like
think-
you died? Oh,
I think.
Vazo picks you up, takes your hand, has you sign the paperwork.
And I
What
do in
you
the
got-
stereotypical where I put my hand to my forehead and go, oh!
He doesn't want to sign the paperwork. I don't think he wants to sign the paperwork. Bazo.
Do you want help?
To be fair, I don't really care if he wants to sign the paperwork because I don't want to kill him. And that's the alternative. So I'm doing him a favor he's too stubborn to recommend himself to do. Yes, little buddy.
You want me to help?
Technically, I've already perfectly forged his signature using his own hand.
Oh,
He's
I
been
was gonna
forced
help
into this
hold
arrangement.
hand.
Welcome to the
No,
club.
not forced. He was drunk and signed the paperwork. Which, being
Oh!
drunk doesn't keep you from signing this paperwork legally.
Well-
Understood?
Welcome to the team, Ringo. I would shake your hand, but you've poisoned me before, so
Well,
Also,
actually,
he
he's
cannot-
unconscious. So,
He cannot respawn. He is unconscious.
yes.
he's unconscious. He is.
Look, detail's not really important. What's
I
important
didn't
is
hear
either
that. I didn't hear that. Sorry.
I read a letter that said my father disowned me for being a serial killer, and I fainted.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I didn't hear that part. Okay.
Aren't you a bitch?
All right. Yes.
And
sir.
then, little buddy, can I get you to sign these papers here? Just like roll your little nubs in some ink and like do some little blotches. Whatever makes you happy. Starting salary is about 100 gold points per week.
What?
It is a lot.
Sign me up.
Okay? So here's a little bit of ink for you to put your little nubs in, and here's
I got a
paperwork.
better idea. He sticks his face in it in his eyes, and then places it and smacks his face on the paper.
Oh, there we go.
Actually, that'll hold up in court better. Good job.
He's got a face. He's put his face as a signature. Interesting stuff.
So, outside of little buddy, when you all are fully awake and alert, you are to run 500 laps around this campsite.
Let's go!
Do 5,000 push-ups, 5,000 sit-ups, and a bench press 5 reps of 10 times of a 500-pound dumbbell. And if you don't do it by supper, you don't eat for a day. Understood?
Normal workout.
Well, yeah, little buddy, you can participate if you want, but you're not actually being punished. You didn't do anything right. Yeah.
Zeroku's actually getting really hyped for this punishment because he really likes a challenge like this. Like, let's go! I want to do.
If you really want a challenge, I can just kneecap you right now.
Little buddy, he's technically a member of the organization, so please try not to threaten him. Because at the end of the day, I understand he may or may not have started it, but what is important is you want him to have your back when there's other things that start other bigger fights.
I didn't threaten him.
I didn't.
I'm
threaten him
not. Okay,
in either
look,
way
little
at all.
buddy, semantics aside, just like play nice, because whatever you think of him, he's a better ally than an enemy.
Okay.
I don't know how I instigated anything.
But this thing's a puppet.
Did a lot of things today.
Did you just call me a puppet?
No, a puppet.
A ball?
What do you say?
So animated, like things like you, we refer to as puppets.
What?
Would you prefer me to call you something different?
What would you want to call you? What do you call yourself? Actually? No,
okay, that's fine. We won't use the P word, okay? Thank you, little buddy.
Will creating a character that doesn't want to fight.
When you see yourself in another person, do you also call them little buddy?
What?
When you see another person,
it's pretty impossible for him to see himself in another person.
Well, if I'm saying if he sees them, I'm asking if he sees another quadrupedal sock with little stubs as hands. Would you call it another
There's
little buddy?
other people like me.
Yeah.
What do you call other people like you?
Yeah, of course.
What?
Well, if there were other people like you, what would you call them?
What would you call them?
Their names.
Sure.
You see, Zeroku, you're fighting a losing battle. Just let it be.
Okay. I'm just wondering if he's never seen like people of his own kind before.
Obviously, I called him by the type of creature he is, and he threatened to kill me. Okay? Like, don't poke.
I did not.
Okay. Well, you were about to.
Will creating.
Look, just don't poke the little buddy. Okay? Like, he obviously cannot stop himself from starting shit, so you'll be the bigger man, Zeroku.
I'm just saying, if he's seen anyone who's of this kind, I didn't know that was poking.
No one's poking or not poking with him, but unfortunately, he's already a member of the group, and I have no reason to punish him at this moment in time, so get to the laps!
Okay.
If you have time to yap, you have time to lap!
Uh-huh. I'll take that.
I haven't figured out his alignment yet, but I think I figured it out now.
What's his alignment?
Chaotic neutral.
Definitely chaotic neutral.
Will Will creating a character that doesn't want to fight anyone, challenge level impossible.
Girl.
That is
Yeah,
definitely a
the-
challenge level
The
impossible.
Willian urge.
Because even
to
Gurkfall wants to fight people.
Kirkfall.
Yeah, bad people.
Yeah, but he still wants to fight people. You have
And-
not. You cannot. I
The
bet-
entire personality of his characters is I want to fight. I
No,
wanna fight.
Gurkfall is better than that.
Sure,
Cell is
but you
definitely
just-
not
you
like
just-
that.
You just put a qualifier in front of it.
Dale
That's not to
has
change
yet to be
anything.
determined whether or not they are gung ho fight person.
No.
They're fight people. You just made they want to fight bad people.
So, Ringo, you wake up 3 hours later in Vazo's tent on the floor with a pen in your hands.
But in all seriousness, Gurkfall will take an option for peace if there is an option.
Well, yes,
I'm not
I know
saying
that,
you
but
wouldn't. Sure.
wait 1 second. Let's get back to things.
Yes.
Ringo, you wake up in Vazo's office, face first in a pile of papers, pen in your hand, on the floor.
How many papers are we talking about, Chief?
Enough to resemble the contract he was offered to sign.
Okay. How do you react to this development, Ringo? You have officially signed your own papers.
I can't read the papers. They're covered in my poison.
No, they're not.
Drat. I read it, realize that that's my signature. I can't remember if I signed it or not, so I faint again.
You wake up 15 minutes later.
You could have faint again. How do you react to waking up in the exact same place, Heath?
Ooh, I haven't passed up my
You
last.
also notice 3 bottles of whiskey by you.
You notice a bunch of
Completely
people working out
empty.
outside the tent, but you
I have not passed out this much since that last foray into Chilaxia.
the last foray into Chilaxia.
So, Keith, it looks like you drunkenly signed a contract that is not voided for signing it while you are intoxicated.
You got me intoxicated.
Wow, that
What
sucks.
does this stuff do to you?
Is Saki in there, or is it just?
I don't know what
He's talking
Saki's
about the
doing.
booze.
So, Ringo, you are now officially a member of the Ice Peace Project.
He's gonna faint again. Oh, look at him.
And Vazo walks in and he says, glad to see you're awake. Looks like you drunkenly signed the papers. Thank you for that. And he picks them up. Welcome to the Ice Peace Project. Now, as punishment for your actions while not being a member but working for us, you have to run 500 laps, do 5,000 sit-ups, 5,000 push-ups, then bench a 500-pound dumbbell 10 times in a row for 5 sets, and if you don't do that in 2 hours, you don't eat for the next 24 hours.
Can I chaperone?
No, little buddy, he's got to do this himself.
I know he is gonna do it himself. I'm gonna make sure he does do it himself.
As long as you don't help him do it, then yes, please do make sure he does it himself.
How would I help him?
How do you respond to this, Ringo? Keith, you
My
there?
father disowned me for a crime I did not commit.
Okay, you know what?
Well, don't matter.
Forget
if you-
about the
think you could be
forget
eating
about the
a-
rest of the
I'm
punishment.
enforcing
Hold
it.
on, hold on. Forget about the rest of the punishment. You've been punished enough for now.
And now I've been forced to sign a contract for a crime I didn't commit.
Oh,
What? No, you signed that when you were drunk.
The universe hates me.
No, you just have a drinking problem.
what
I've
That is
is
true.
drunk?
I've never drunk before.
Well, it's an odd thing that you did so when you found out about that and drunkenly signed these papers, but,
What alignment is Pazza?
Think chaotic good.
This is not good what he's doing.
To be fair, the alternative the alternative is forcing you into a place where you get a death sentence.
That's not the only alternative. That's just the only alternative you've chosen.
No, you technically killed a member of the Taldane Federation, which means you have committed murder.
Who hasn't committed a little bit of murder?
I have.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
I don't
welcome
think
to
you
the
would
team.
Since.
We should talk about your drinking problem, but thank you for signing the paperwork.
What's
That way
a
you don't have to
drinking
get
problem? Nobody
executed.
told me what that is.
I'm doing a lie to me.
Okay?
Lie to me on who?
I won't win, but I'm not letting this go unchallenged.
Yep, he's definitely telling the truth.
Drat.
Nobody told me what a drinking problem is.
Well, to be fair, you can't suffer from it because you can't use alcohol.
What?
Ringo only does the hard stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how
That's
you
the way
had
Chuck
3
Palpatine-
bottles of
actually do eat.
super whiskey on you, but yeah.
I was talking like cocaine. Just like all the great things.
So Ringo, yeah, well, you want to talk about your daddy issues?
What's a daddy?
Honestly, little buddy, also not really sure anymore.
Kirby,
What the
please,
mean?
Kirby, please stop impersonating a crying baby.
Excuse me?
Hey, little buddy, can you give us some room?
Jenny, what?
Can you give us some room? Like, maybe go, make sure Zoroku is doing what he's been told?
Okay, sure.
So, Ringo, you want to talk about your drinking problem and daddy issues?
Oh, I do. I think I might need. I can't keep speaking with this voice for too long.
I warned you.
Actually,
Ringo, do you want to talk about your drinking problem, your cocaine addiction, and your daddy issues?
yeah.
No, also you don't know about the cocaine yet.
What?
Actually, I do know about the cocaine. I found some in your tent.
I thought I used all that.
I mean, you did? I found you using it in your tent.
It helps with the creative process.
What creative process? You're a historian!
Exactly.
What do you mean? You just make up everything you've written about?
No, but I add details.
How many details?
Well, there's a reason I'm the most famed Osirian archaeologist.
Ringo, how many lies have you told to the people about the way ancient Osirian worked?
I have told 0 lies. I make conjecture based on evidence that is connected with high amounts of cocaine.
Ringo, how
Yes?
many lies have you told to the people?
Well, as I tried to say, but I think I got disconnected. I have told no lies.
No, I heard you, but I want the truth.
That is the truth.
Is it?
Yes.
Is
I would not
it?
be able to make these connections if I did not have my thinking power.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to imply is like, I don't know if I trust anything you write in a cocaine binge.
That is, how have you even read my latest journal on ancient Osirian poop rituals?
Yeah,
Why would you read your
actually,
journal?
I have read that, and yeah.
The
What the
scientific journal.
fuck?
What the fuck?
I worked on that for many months and found many evidences.
How many months have you been looking for Gavilan?
3 weeks.
Buddy, we've been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I didn't get here. I was looking for him.
No. I know you didn't get here till you started looking for him, but like, how long were you looking for the guy?
Week before I got here, I
How long did
found.
it take you to travel from Southern Osirion to Absalom?
How close is Southern Osirion to Absalom?
At least 2 months.
2 months.
So, when were you doing the research? Because according to this journal, that was all
I thought-
written during your travel to
I thought
Absalom.
we were right next to Ancient Osirion.
We are now. You traveled to Absalom to meet us, which takes 2 months.
Hey, oh, in that case, I started looking for him 2 months ago.
So, very quickly, for the last 2 months, you've been writing this journal, an ancient Osirian poop rituals, right?
I've been writing while I was on the boat after my research was done.
Okay, you went to an ancient pyramid.
That's right.
There are no toilets in that pyramid.
Hence the need for a ritual.
Ringo, are you legitimately telling me that you're just making shit up? Because that's what it
No.
sounds like.
Of course not. The shit was there in the temple. I did not make that shit up.
That was a mummified kidney.
You're just making shit up now. This is ignorant.
No. Like, they reported that you took a mummified kidney because you thought it was a piece of shit.
Reported.
Yes! Your dig
Report-
team!
Dig team.
Yes, your dig team!
Big team.
Yeah! They said that you looked blitzed the entire time you were on that dig!
Big team.
How about Dr. Kettle?
There's no such thing as a Dr. Kettle.
He shows you a picture of your last dig team. This is Dr. Kettle!
I have a dig team.
No, you don't! That's why Dr. Kettle invited you to work with him!
Stop messing up my backstory.
What? You're the one who says you're high on cocaine all the time!
I didn't say I just made everything up and was stupid.
What?
I didn't say I just made everything up and was stupid.
I mean, you could give me a number.
A number of what?
How many of your books were written while you were high on cocaine?
All of them, but that's not what you asked.
I am worried about the validity of everything you worked on now.
You should not. They are perfectly valid.
Actually, if that's the case, then I am overpaying you like 5,000 gold a week.
Okay, well, actually, that's bad now because I can no longer rely on Daddy.
What?
What?
No, you said something. You go first.
I said, well, actually, that's bad now because I can no longer rely on Daddy.
Ringo, I think you might have a problem.
No, not at all.
Okay? You're itching.
No, I don't.
You sure?
I decide if my character is itching, Matt.
Oh yeah, no, Vaza's just gaslighting you at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So, Zeroku!
Why can't I just have
Yeah.
this? We'll grab them.
Right. Zoroku comes into the tent. Very exhausted.
Zeroku,
but
every
very-
book that our good friend has written has been while he's been high on cocaine. Your new punishment is to get him cured of his cocaine addiction.
No!
Cocaine.
Sir, where have you been hiding the stash?
I've not hidden anything.
Where is your cocaine?
Oh, he
I don't-
used all of it like a week ago.
Yeah, it's been
Oh,
it's been a week since I have had any.
And all the weird stuff with the weird white powder stuff I found.
I'm
You
sorry,
will not-
where did you find weird white powder?
Find weird
I
life.
don't
Under
know.
my watch,
Under his
Roku.
bed.
This is perfect for Roku. Under my watch, Ringo, there will be no addiction. You will learn to kick it, and you will learn to better yourself.
For their own words, I have gone an entire week and have shown no symptoms. I am not.
Does he show any symptoms of does Ringo show any relapse or like
No.
really? Okay.
Well,
And we
actually,
should-
we haven't rolled the fort save to whether or not you're addicted yet. You've the one. So, let's roll that fort save, Ringo.
Oh, this sports aid is gonna have a high DC.
Yes, very high DC.
Sorry about that.
Varsity. Just give me a moment. I was pacing.
You were pacing?
Pacing.
Pacing.
Yeah, there's actually a there's actually like a fortitude check to figure out whether you become addicted after a large use of any substance.
I wouldn't call it large,
yeah,
though.
I remember that. That's sort of
You are very addicted to cocaine now.
Oh no.
Yeah, now it's even worse.
Oh my gosh.
Just have neat character attribute thingies.
Ringo, you look like you're tweaking the heck out.
I'm fine. That's just I'm a frog. I can never have interesting character traits.
Don't worry, Zoroku.
No, this is a very interesting group of traits. You're just
Sorry.
you have managed to avoid cocaine addiction until the last week's bender.
Don't worry, Ringo. We will help you with your addiction very hard. We'll get you back on track. I'll get you writing without you get you doing the research without heckling yourself to cocaine. By Kurgus, we
I guess
shall help you
have a
get out of this.
You to read.
Sorry?
What's that? Gavilan can't read? I guess I have to get a god to literally force him to read. That's not
What
acceptable.
reading? I've never
Yeah,
heard
we're
of
not
that.
talking about
Alright.
reading. We're talking about cocaine addiction.
Well,
What's
I
that?
think he's more critiquing.
No one told me what things are.
Matt,
Equally
I think he's more critiquing how you run things, I guess. But besides that, we're gonna be like,
I'm not the person who said that he does cocaine in character.
how do you say off character? Keith, how do you make up blunders? I write all my history, all my writings while high on cocaine. Why do you make that decision?
I was making a
Sorry?
I was making a connection to the I was making a connection to the time period that Ringo is a reference to, where all of the interesting thinkers of the time were blitzed on illegal drugs. They didn't know their ramifications yet.
But because of being blitzed on such medication, that doesn't mean you're gonna get the
Actually, what
consequences.
he's saying is pretty accurate. Vazo is not entirely sure of that, but Ringo is actually not full of shit. But
That
the
makes sense.
cocaine addiction's still not bad, not a good thing.
It's maybe socially, that just says it's socially acceptable that you are addicted to cocaine. That does not mean you're not addicted to cocaine.
No. It's not socially acceptable to be addicted to cocaine. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that his books are legitimate. It's just Vazo's not sure of that because he just said he wrote all of them while he's high on cocaine.
That does make sense, yeah.
Character-wise, I'm linking to how all the French artists were taking absinthe to the point that they were like
It's
hallucinating.
a different. Hold up, Keith. Stephen King taking cocaine to write fictional stories is different from a historian.
Vazo's the one implying they're fictional. Keith is not.
Yes. The writings of people, the writings of historians is not usually off of them being high off cocaine. It's off of artists being high off cocaine. Ringo
silly.
is not an artist. Ringo is an historian or an archaeologist.
Ringo is like Sherlock Holmes.
Okay,
Sherlock Holmes was
gonna make
addicted
him
to
Sherlock.
opium.
I would
Yeah.
say that Ringo is more like Indiana Jones. I'm not sure Indiana Jones was high in cocaine.
No. Indiana Jones is evil and a son of a bitch, as we all know.
He's
True.
still alive, damn it.
Sherlock
Is
Holmes would be
he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's Jones. He gets out of things.
Sherlock.
Yeah,
sure.
like the
And
plot.
also
Sherlock
he's
Holmes.
like next in line for Corvosa. Did you forget about that? He has a kingdom.
Did Sherlock
He's
Holmes
next in
take-
line for Corvosa, yes, but
Sherlock
also
Holmes- yeah.
he can't claim his title because he's an outlaw.
I might be actually wrong here, but you can correct me because did Sherlock Holmes take cocaine while he was doing his
Is he an outlaw?
investigations?
Yes, Corvosa is an ally of Cheliax, and Jones has a bounty on him from Cheliax that was not revoked with the rest of them.
Matt,
Mm.
Matt, can you hear me?
Yes.
Did you maybe I don't know the story of Holmes. I do know
Sherlock Holmes was an opium addict, yes.
He was an
Heroin,
opium
actually,
addict,
yeah.
but was he a cocaine addict?
No, but there have been similar characters who have had similar
probably is
problems.
similar. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like the genius who's also like Watson was a gambling addict.
Gamblers.
all
I
the
can wager that a good amount of people are probably caffeine or alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your GM is a caffeine addict, and
The-
very proud of it.
Very
They-
proud of the coffee. Very well.
Oh no, coffee sucks.
is a stereotype for the polymath to be addicted to something, and that helps their polymath.
Wait, what's caffeinated but not coffee?
Soda, energy drinks, tea,
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
hot
Right, right.
hot
Tea is not-
chocolate.
Teas are not okay.
There are
I thought that
black
coffee has, like,
tea is
significantly
definitely
more-
caffeinated. Hot chocolate is literally the same bean prepared differently, if I'm remembering
Oh,
correctly.
Yes,
I thought
yes.
that was
Interesting character. Sherlock Holmes, who's addicted to Coca-Cola. What an
Makes sense.
interesting character trait.
Yeah, don't you dare diss Frankie, you son of a bitch.
Listen, we all have our vices. And I have vice.
Except for me,
addicted
have his vices.
What's it called? Methamphetamine. I'm not addicted to methamphetamines.
Look, guys. Drugs are bad, okay?
Yes, drug.
Okay.
One instance of Ringo, in which case it's very, very good.
Listen.
No, Keith! We are on YouTube. We can't make jokes like that. Drugs are bad, okay?
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Oh my God, Carl is gonna kick
I
your
don't
ass.
know. We've had Joe Rogan and what's his name, the Tesla man, Elon Musk, like
New pot,
have a-
yeah, I know.
get you caught in the middle of the. I'm not sure if that was demonetized or something, but looks like it was like.
If that
perfectly
is not
fine in the algorithm.
demonetized, that's some bullshit.
Maybe, but it probably was like I don't think it hurt him on the algorithm. He wasn't shadow banned or shadow listed.
So, regardless of that, this is, I guess, the new character arc for Ringo, and Zoroku is Zoroku helping Ringo kick his cocaine addiction.
Listen, why is always something that Sass's character has to resolve on for
Because
Keith's
you are a goody
First, he
little.
was to try to resolve his literacy, and now he's trying to resolve his.
And this will
cocaine.
go just as well as you attempting to make it read.
Is it going to be as successful as Raphael trying to fix?
Yeah, actually, it'll
Babylon's-
probably be more effective because Zoroku, you're stronger than him, and also can just walk into his tent, search
That's
it
kinda
whatever
di-
you want, and take the cocaine he has.
Well, that
Oh,
is true.
Babylon?
Yeah, I can't do that. And he
Yeah.
searches person and searches stuff and search throughout the camp if they have cocaine.
Yep.
Ringo is also about Gavilon.
On
Ringo
the
is more
board.
competent than Gavilon. Are you sure you want to say that?
My point
I
is
guess-
that Ringo's not
My-
gonna. Ringo is not gonna keep his cocaine addiction out of sight.
My worry is that whenever I try to do something to help him, it's just going to be some shenanigans to prevent me from helping him like last time. So it's,
Well,
like, oh, he
no, I'm
flies
not
away.
playing defense for a cocaine addiction.
There's like Gavilan flies away, and even when Raphael tries to do gust of wind, he still goes away. Or like, oh, he's not gonna read what I do. Is it gonna be the same thing, or he's just like, yeah, I don't follow you, Zoroku. I'm just gonna do cocaine. this is
You
gonna
know,
be
it is actually. Look, it's not all the time Gavilan's character has a problem, but it is weird that it happened twice.
gonna happen twice. If I had a coin, if I had a nickel for every single time Sass has to resolve Keith's character concerns, I'd have 2 nickels.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's
it
happened twice.
Beautiful.
I think we've earned our first break of the evening. And to the audience at home, you may be asking the same question I am, which is, what the fuck is going on?
I don't
Be
know,
right
man.
back.
I've been trying to settle this for a while.
I mean, we are now. Hello, we're back. So Vazo looks at his hands, like buries his hands in his face, and is like, I've scheduled interviews for all of you with a reporter tomorrow. Well, not Little Buddy. Little Buddy is too new. He doesn't have any damage to our reputation behind his belt yet.
Also, he's probably saying many things that we do not want them to hear.
Well, yeah, probably. But also, so in the 24 hours before I found out about them wanting to interview with you, I've also found out that you're a cocaine addict.
Well, I would call myself an addict.
Of course not. No addict ever calls themselves an addict.
Yeah, but I'm the real one that isn't an addict.
Okay, yeah, so is Graves and Matt. They're not alcoholics. They just drink barrels and barrels of whiskey.
Exactly.
I'm being sarcastic.
You said there was a reporter who's coming in tomorrow?
Do you guys not read the Absalomian Times?
He said very nice things about Buzz.
I
They
think
called him incompetent.
Oh, they also accused me of being a murderer. I'm about to faint again.
No,
apparently they've also
no.
talked about my replacement. Sorry, the person I replaced, Jogo.
We disavow Jogo. We always disavow Jogo. Why Buzz went to defend him, we are not sure of.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, please try to get him acting normal and not high within the next 12 hours.
I'm not high. I have not taken it in a week.
Yeah, but you're tweaking.
It's
That's
weekend.
What did you say, Ringo?
I'm gonna test combat
That's because
prowess.
I'm a frog.
Ringo, you
Yes?
know that we both know that reporter won't buy that.
I might roll really well.
What do you mean roll really well?
I'm tweaking.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we should do our first order of business to help you with your addiction.
I mean, technically speaking, there are spells that can cure that, but no. You're suffering through the curing of addiction naturally. At least for the first 5 steps. Yeah,
That makes sense.
there are spells that cure addiction. It's a disease. You can cure disease.
Oh, that'd be really easy. Let's just do that.
Well, unfortunately, she doesn't know that spell and is not here. So, no.
There's got to be someone in this city that we are in that knows how to cure an addiction.
It's coming out of your salary if
Matt,
you
to
do
prepare
it.
for this, I'm literally looking up how to cure cocaine addiction.
Then all those idiots going to rehab, all you need is a magic spell.
We don't have magic in this world, Gavilan, or Keat.
Well, you say that, but when a guy takes cocaine, suddenly there's magic.
No, there's magic in the world of Pathfinder. And drug addiction is considered a disease, thus you can remove drug addiction with cure disease.
Alright, I'll pay for it. Where do I need to go?
Well, it's coming out of your salary. You get like 5,000 gold a week. You don't get your salary for the next 4 months, and you go to your local Serenite temple.
How much does it cost?
Serenites.
Well, it's a multi, like, for the next month you're going to get that taken care of. We're going to make sure it's gone.
I thought it was just...
It is a one-time thing, but it's a counteract check. That can fuck up. Remember?
Well, how much...
counteract?
How much...
Remember how Alvura had a counteract check that I'm like, oh, this will work. Like, if they don't roll a 2 and they rolled a 2, it's like that.
Ouch.
Alright, well, how much do I need to pay for the first visit?
It'll cost you a week's worth of salary for a week's worth of visits.
No, the first visit before the interview.
Again, Vazo's just deducting it from your salary.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let's go get cured of addiction. I don't know what people
Oh.
complain about.
So the counteract check is very much successful.
I
Right.
don't know what people complain about. Getting rid of addiction.
So he didn't get rid of it?
No, we did, but
Oh.
the problem is there's not really a way to be sure, so he'll be coming back for a while.
What do you mean
Well, I
we're not
mean-
sure?
Well, I
There.
mean, Melody was pretty sure Alvaro wasn't brainwashed anymore, and she was fucking wrong.
Well, there's a difference between being brainwashed by a powerful creature and take a little bit of the nose powder.
I mean, the nose powder is the thing that's brainwashed you into taking more of the nose powder.
I can quit any time I like because it's been magically erased from my brain. And that is scientifically what just happened.
I just imagine a random viewer being like, so what, addiction has no consequence in your world?
Correct.
I guess that is the truth, random viewer. Huh. Do I know too much about this game system?
Hooray!
Not enough. You should learn more about it.
Well,
Anyways.
Zeroku, you still have to go through the actual, quitting cocaine program, because just because it's cured of his addiction doesn't mean he won't get it again.
It's time for me to look through all his stuff. Now I'm out trying to find all his crack cocaine.
It's not crack, it's just cocaine.
Okay, fine, cocaine.
But as you're walking into camp, you see little buddy walking out of camp covered in white powder.
Little
I'm
buddy.
Weird.
Where do they keep finding this? I hope they... Seriously, where do they keep finding this? I want to know.
Where did you find all that powder, little buddy?
I'm seeing things.
He's got a weird throwing African
Where'd you
weapon.
get that? Where'd you get that powder?
Who are you?
Jiroku.
He's
Are
got
you
a
not gonna
weapon.
answer?
He's got 2 weapons.
Also, you can't get high on cocaine. You can't even eat anything.
Yes, I can.
What?
All right, let's
You
kill
have to-
another
I
one.
thought you were a construct.
Sort of.
You are, actually. You have the construct trait.
Yes.
All right, let's kill another one of Will's characters.
Honestly, Will, are you saying you can use cocaine?
Let's see. Pop heritages. You're permanently wind up pop it is a heritage. But if you take that heritage, you do not require food or water. Do you know what that means?
He's not
The other ones
required.
do.
Yep.
So then you can use cocaine.
Cocaine, baby.
And you are also innocent enough not to realize what cocaine does.
Mhm.
So you covering yourself in a weird white powder because you were told not to is also a feasible thing that could happen, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you?
Well,
oh,
make me a
dear,
fort
he
save.
doesn't know the effects. Oh no.
Ah!
That means he doesn't know if he's gonna overdose. Okay, we gotta take you to a medic now.
No, he needs to roll me a fort save.
No, he's gonna die.
That is a possibility, yes.
He pulls out his weapons.
Hey,
What are
well,
you
I asked
doing?
you for a fort save. I am not seeing a fort save.
Oh, Forte?
Yes, fort save.
42. You might be
Wow,
really good.
you
at
rolled 2.
that. Oh no.
You want to keep that roll, buddy?
You wanna reroll that?
Yeah, I guess I'm re-rolling.
Yeah, you probably do want to.
Ah!
Okay. So,
What's
how do
the
I
deal?
put this? You are. You just. I'm going to ask you once again. Are you currently okay with the fact that you have a lot of white powder in you?
That's a lot. That's
Well,
really a lot.
From the sound Will is making, I would say no.
Depends on okay.
It's not okay.
I mean, I'll let you make the decision. Do you want to use the cocaine?
No.
That's a good decision. Because
You always
otherwise
say-
we'd have another character you'd have to make.
Holy crap, Will. You
Well,
almost got yourself to re-rolling your character again.
That voice.
Well,
I was like, wow, you don't realize your
he
own
wouldn't
how
eat
much
the
cocaine you
cocaine.
have.
Would he pour it on himself?
No, he fell in it, I think.
It's
Really?
not
You know
good.
what? Let's see how he fell into it, okay?
How did he
So,
fall into it?
yeah. So, Vazo tries and takes the bag from you because you walked in with a bag of cocaine, and Vazo's like, this thing does not know what's going on. He forcibly tries to take the bag from you. What is your character doing?
Hey, why are you touching my stuff? I
He's high on
found it.
cocaine.
Vazo's just trying to keep you from killing yourself.
How?
Well,
I'm
like,
pretty durable, don't you know?
yeah, but that's like a bunch of cocaine.
You
What's
gotta bug out until you
Just,
gotta bug out.
I can explain it to you. Just give me the cocaine first.
Fine.
Okay. Now hand it over.
I
Very.
did.
Okay. So, you have little nubs, right?
Yes. Yes,
So, this is a pretty substantial bag. So, just a athletics check. Make sure you handle the handing over well.
An athletics check.
I rolled bad.
You did roll bad.
it
So
does.
as you like hand it over with your little nubs, it falls
I
back
got
on top of you.
Where did
No.
This cocaine.
Is he snuffing at it the entire time?
So
What?
the entire time you've been gone, he's been running around the camp covered in cocaine as Vazo's been trying to chase him, and Vazo just got caught in something like 3 minutes ago.
Now, have I gone to rehab yet?
No.
I'm helping you.
While
Yeah,
he is chasing stuff from it, I am slowly crab walking closer to the bucket
What bucket?
of cocaine.
What bucket?
Bucket.
There was it's all dust in the wind now, Kate.
Oh, yes,
I thought you
dust
fell back
in
into it.
the wind.
No, well, the little buddy is covered in cocaine. But that's the rest of the cocaine in the camp.
I start chasing little buddy.
Are you sure you want to do
You
that?
want to find that
Oh,
one you gonna
well.
get?
Use that voice, so I'm saying no. I do not want to do that.
I mean, are you positive
No,
you can
that's a
resist
fight
all that
now.
cocaine
It's
on
a
that?
fight now. You have moved aggressively against the freaking poppet. This is what happens.
I would say yes. I am sure that I can resist.
Listen, he's addicted. That means he has a
Roll
tolerance.
initiative now. That's
Well-
an initiative score. I've
Well,
never
I
seen.
tried to give you a way out, but Will is not giving you a way out. So,
What does this mean?
I don't know.
Why was
Been off-
sarcastic always fight?
I don't know. Why must your characters always fight?
I have no idea. This is just how fate occurs.
You chose this.
Zeroku
And
tries to intervene. He's like, yo, you two, no attacking each other.
Every time we have fought, you are the instigator.
That, to be fair, that is always the case. But I'm trying. I don't think I can talk Will down from this one. I'm sorry.
Will, why are you attacking him?
He attacked me.
Can Zeroki try to intervene?
Yeah, you can roll initiative too, but I'm gonna need the rest of you to roll initiative.
I already did.
I know you did. This is either
you
gonna.
okay,
This
Will?
is gonna. I don't know how this is
Little
gonna
buddy
end.
will not kill him.
Are you sure about
Obviously.
that?
Listen, I'm not sure if you guys can understand what you're even doing.
No, I don't.
You guys are both. Wait. Has your character taken the cocaine heat, or is it just?
Taking
Just,
what
uh,
cocaine? Taking
cocaine.
what?
The cocaine that little buddy is covered in.
Yeah,
No,
you inhaled in it or something.
How would I take that?
I don't know.
Uh,
Catch it. Try and catch him, and
It's
then
a
snort it off his
contact
body.
high. It's called a contact high, I think.
What?
Do you know what I'm?
No,
it's
I have
called a
not.
So you're not chasing the little buddy to try and get the cocaine off him.
I am not chasing the little buddy to try and get the cocaine off him.
Why not? You said you did.
Well, yeah.
When I say
then
you get high, you get high off of what he is. It's literally there's literally an effect called a contact high where you get your influence under.
You know, this bit has gone on long enough.
I agree, and you know what? Fuck it, vetoing this player-on-player combat.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Because we have been talking about cocaine-related accessories for an hour.
We can talk about it for another hour if you like.
I mean, you were about to 1v1 a barbarian.
Yeah, also, I realized I don't want to fight another Will character.
Yeah, Will, why do you always start fights with his character?
Because he wants to fight.
No. Well, yes. But also he keeps doing things that provoke them.
To be fair, doing things that provoke your characters isn't really that hard.
No,
will
it's not.
Are you saying that Matt's character keeps
I
provoking
will.
something out of your character, which causes him to attack?
Other
I
character.
also do really want to fight something today, though.
Well,
That's what
too
I've
bad.
been saying. You've been wanting to take a
Yeah, exactly. You just begin a fight because no fight's been given to you.
Oh my
Hold
god.
on. I will agree, Annihilatron deserved it. But
Yeah,
all feeling was I do not want to sleep in bed filled with
Annihilatron did deserve it.
I don't want to sleep in a piss-filled bed or give you money for pissing in my bed. That was the Flayland fight. What other of your characters have fought? Come on. Come on.
like you really like yeah, he
That's
fought
it?
he fought Farmer Bob once. He fought
Oh yeah, you did fight Farmer Bob. But then again, I think
that
that
was
was
very
Bob's fight.
fast.
We had a bar fight. I don't remember against who.
Yeah, you fought
That
not
was an
Waylon,
Annihilatron
you fought
versus the
Ubar.
Paladin over the spoon of Time Stop.
Yes.
We fight quite a bit, actually.
Will just wants to
How many
fought
times
Waylon-
have your
Waylon
character
fought
and Carl's character actually duked it out?
Once.
what
Was there even a single time, if we're being honest?
Hold on, twice. One was the Annihilatron, because he was there too, but he did not instigate it. The other one was in the tournament, where I whooped his ass.
Oh yeah, that's fair. But like, I meant, have you guys like? He didn't instigate either of those yet. You and Will always instigate.
Well, the important thing there is Carl's characters are not insane.
True.
Yeah, but your characters are like always a notch to or from insanity.
Yeah, but they don't like want to kill. Well, one of them, they don't want to
What?
kill people.
Are you literally trying to tell us that retards are fighting retards?
I guess that is what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Matt.
Okay, so imagine me, the GM, in the front of the car, yelling back at you and Will, "Why can't you just be normal?" And dice
Yeah.
rolling for player versus player combat noises.
He wants PvP. Will wants more
But
PvP.
hey, you were just supposed to do interviews with a reporter. How did we get to this point?
Oh, well, the reporter's gonna lap this up. But if you want to do it, are you
Also, how
vetoing
dare
this, or is this
you
gonna go
make a
through?
joke about propane and propane accessories in the
Is
middle
this
of a
gonna be?
Coke
Is
binge?
this? Are you gonna veto this battle, or is this gonna?
Yeah, I've
be-
already vetoed this
He
battle.
has already vetoed. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
But
what's
like,
gonna happen
do you two
instead?
have like a secret beef that neither of you know about? Like,
No.
do I need to make an episode of beef history on you two? Like,
Oh my
Might as well.
gosh. The beef history between Sass and Keith's characters. It's like, I want you to do this, and Keith's
Hey,
like, no.
whenever my characters fight his character, it makes sense.
Not
like-
really.
No, it does.
Keith's
The problem
Keith's
is
like,
that
I want to become a lich, or I want Nilotron to become a Terminator or something. And the other guys are like, no.
It makes sense for that character, which most of them are very stupid.
That's the beef history.
Yeah. Well, why are all your characters, even the ones with high intelligence, dumb?
Oh my gosh.
Bill's
Yeah.
not dumb.
No, Syl is very stupid based upon the Age of Ashes playthrough we did.
What did Syl do?
Maybe stupid is not the right. She is very foolish.
What did Syl do?
She had a negative wisdom, didn't she?
No, I don't think she did.
She
She had a flat wisdom.
So, Syl, I think was
Actually, she might have had negative wisdom. Oh no.
yeah. So why is it all of your characters are either a fool or dumb?
Because it's fun.
He just likes to play. He just likes to play young, dumb characters, or old, dumb characters.
Look, I don't need to know wills and himbos, okay?
What's wrong with that, Ayat? He's a man.
Yeah,
not
it's-
a-
Okay, he played a
man-
Leshy, so it's not exactly a
He
himbo,
played
but more like a.
It's a dumb, strong leshy. That's a himbo.
Okay, that is true. Yeah, you are right.
Sass,
No,
Sass,
technically
I
playing
know
two
my
himbos.
players. Unfortunately,
man.
I know you too well.
Well, I mean, you're friends with Will, so he's never talked about like what sort of character he likes playing, or.
No, I
you?
know he's been into himbos this entire time. I just didn't want to call it out until it was.
They
said.
may-
Damn.
I don't.
Damn.
So.
You've been called out.
Like
Will. What do you have to
literally,
say for
I
yourself?
can like give you a stereotype all your characters fit into.
Okay, what I guess what am I?
Let's hear it.
So
We might as well do
all
it
of
both
Will's
ways.
characters are himbos or bimbos.
Mhm.
That it?
All of Keats' characters are either very hard murder hobos or very, very weird non-committal murder hobos.
Non-committal murder hobos.
Like they pray,
Interesting.
they like to, like Gavilan is the peak example of this. He would so easily go into battle for any cause he thinks is even somewhat justified. However,
That-
he's also very like, oh, I have great moral compass and all this stuff. Meanwhile, his moral compass is a roulette wheel.
Let's go. I have a moral compass.
I'm
I'm
back in
literally a
that,
roulette.
I'm just imagining
Carl
that.
always plays a character that on paper sounds great, but then execution can sometimes lack desirability.
Ouch.
I mean, I like all of his character concepts on paper. It's just hard to get him to talk sometimes. Like they're always the strong silent type when it comes to actually being played, but on paper it's like, why are you the strong silent type?
I mean, I was
Yeah,
trying
like,
to talk to
I
him.
think
He's like,
Shadow's like the biggest one. Where
Yeah.
you're like, this is a paladin. What do you know what paladins do? Talk constantly about what they should strive to be and what others should strive to be, and yada yada yada. They never shut up.
All of
That-
Silver's characters are high charisma based characters, are very like characters that would seem like they'd have a lot to say on a social standpoint, even if they aren't charismatic themselves. Yet when they try and get a word in edgewise, they don't ever try and get a word in edgewise.
I have an image to best describe Gavlon's moral compass. That's not the image yet. Let me delete
Beautiful.
this and download this one.
All of
There we go.
Let's see who else I can do here. All of Lewis's characters have some grander scheme to them,
It's a greater plan, Matt.
and I do
It's part of
enjoy the grander schemes to them. All of Meme
Listen,
Game's characters are based off of memes.
All of Lewis's characters I want to kill, but can't find a reason to do so.
I've
maybe
technically
that's
only
too
had
many
like
people.
one true player character, and it was self-insert. You can argue Graves was just a very, very murder hobo character, but I was new when I made him the first time. But Graves has changed drastically.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever character I'm playing, I talk way more charismatically than necessarily they should be, because I can't hide my own sort of charm, I guess you could say.
Wow. Okay.
Doth has played 2 characters with us, and both of them have been very,
Doth-like.
like, very snobby. And very, like, oh, I'm gonna trick you into doing things you don't want to do.
Damn.
Is Doth's
tell him
lizard
that.
character
Don't tell
snobby?
him that. Don't
Is
tell him
Doth's
that.
lizard character snobby?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he moral grandstands on things that he has no reason to moral grandstand on. So yeah, snobby.
Damn. Okay.
And I think that's everyone.
Do I have a stereotype?
You always manage to either play a character with good intentions that go bad, or a character that has a secret, sad, or bad backstory to them.
Well, okay. I got the first character I played was a swashbuckler. Well, I try to be charismatic as I can, but I sort of failed. I think.
Anytime I give you a charisma-based character, you don't tend to do a lot of talking. That's another thing.
I try my.
I know
my
you
best
do,
to
and I
talk
encourage you to
guys.
keep trying.
When my second character was literally a monk, to be like, yeah, I don't think I do charisma well, so I won't talk a lot with my monk character. And then I got a gunslinger, which I was like, I can talk a bit. I like her. She seemed pretty rad. Do you think I did? Do you think I talked a lot as her?
Yeah, you did a good job with that one. Actually, you're like one of the few of these people that doesn't have such a defined stereotype to the characters. So good job, Sass.
Thank you.
Well,
For
just you.
Raphael, I was like, oh crap. I feel like I self-inserted the most as Raphael.
Yes.
I was like, okay, yeah. I feel like I was like, I need to be like an emotional wreck, but also I need to be, I can control this.
And then
And
Jogo is the character with good intentions that went horribly, horribly wrong.
I played him as like as straight as I can. I'd be like, yeah, I'm a brooding dude who he's very straightforward, and be like, yeah, if you threaten him, then he will do bad shit towards you. Or if you call him he will slice your head off.
That man had 16 children. None of them were born in wedlock.
I think that would be the action that he would do. I said it at the time. I think that would be the action he would take as a character, and now he's dead. So, and now I play Zeroku, the guy who he's very amped up. I'm trying to do that a lot. And it's like, yeah, Fergus, I want to improve others. I want to.
You got really, really, really turned on by the original punishment you had.
No, yeah, because Zeroku really likes. Yeah, he's a very. That's his.
You're
edict,
addicted
is
to hitting the gym. You're addicted to those
hitting
sweet,
the
sweet
gym.
gains.
Like, yes, let's do this. I want to do push-ups. That's what I've been doing to people before they wake up. I was like, wake up, let's do a workout.
If you remember, Seth, either die a hero or live long enough to be the murder hobo.
That's true. I might become a murder hobo.
No, hold on a second. You never die the hero. You always die the murder hobo. Because we only had one death, and they were a literal murder hobo.
Well,
Okay?
we've had two. Then.
Yeah, and both of them have sort of been committing
switch-
murder hobo
The,
actions.
the
So yeah,
switch between like this scythe wielding fear inducing fetchling who has a moral compass that's probably darker than most. Too.
Now,
Hey, pretty peppy, pretty good. I want you to prove yourself.
by the way,
which is
the way he
pretty
described Gavilan's moral compass is the what is that from?
The Eric Andre.
show where he shoots the guy and he says, "Who would do such a thing?" That's accurate. I would still describe that moral compass as being a fucking roulette wheel, but that's just me.
Now, here's the thing that you say murder hobo. Is it possible to be a murder homeowner?
Actually, technically, Ringo, if you were to die a murder hobo, you would be a homicidal archaeologist.
Can I be a murder hobo but also own a mortgage?
Well,
Wow.
you don't technically own a home if you own a mortgage. You own a mortgage.
Owns an entire kingdom, and he's about to make Annihilatron's 1984 look like 9/11.
What?
Oh God.
What?
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 What do you need?
What do you mean?
What?
He's gonna
I
make
asked you
his
first, bitch.
1984 look like
Uh,
9/11. What do you mean by that? You're
Yeah, what do you
referencing a
mean?
book, and then you're referencing a
Gavilan.
tragedy. What do you
Gavilan
mean?
has been given a task, which he is going.
Well, I think the mantra needs to be sung here. You're not gonna make it. No,
No,
you're
my
not gonna make it. You're not making it out alive.
Gavilan will kill Nikhil, or he will take the entire world down with him.
We're not gonna make it.
What the fuck? That's a
Gonna
threat.
make it.
And he will eat all the babies.
I think we've reached a point in the night where I don't think I can corral this back into
It's all right.
the
that's
original
all right, Zach.
point.
I'm
What was
sorry.
the original point? What even was the original point?
We
For
were
you to
about
have
fight the
interviews with a journalist where she would then take what you said out of context and make more yellow journalism. Why?
thing. Yeah, that's perfect. I'd be like, yo, I like to work out a lot, and he's like, wow, addict.
Dude,
One of
we can do this. We can survive.
Okay, well,
We
we're
have
gonna
a- we
take
have a-
another break because I am off the rails.
I thought we were
That's all right.
already.
No, we went back to not being on the break a second ago, and we're going back to it. Well, we've been off the break for about an hour, so we'll be right back.
Let's go.
So, Adriana Opria walks into your camp first thing in the morning, and I want to know exactly what you fuckers are doing.
Well, I'm drinking tea.
Is
I'm in the
there
middle of doing
any
a workout.
is there any snow in that tea?
Well, I assume that yesterday we went and got me cured.
Doesn't mean you can't relapse.
Sure, mentally, but physically I'm fine.
That's true.
I've been checking them. I can verify that.
It is just normal tea. Who puts cocaine in tea?
Well,
That is true.
I
No
was
one puts
figuring
cocaine.
you could hide the cocaine and the sugar and then put it in your tea.
If I was going to,
What tea?
I would
Sounds
sprinkle-
awful.
I would sprinkle it onto the sand in a thin layer and then face palm into it.
That is
Interesting.
that is
Oddly
interesting.
specific. You're giving up good amount of info to her. What she's gonna write. Go ahead, keep going.
Well,
No,
no,
okay.
that's all out of character. That's above board. What about you, Zeroku? What are you doing?
Doing workouts. I'm
Workouts?
currently doing push-ups.
Push-ups.
Yeah.
Adriana Opria walks up to Ringo, pulls out a seat, sits down, pulls out a notepad, and says, "Hello, Ringo. Do you know who I am?"
No.
Is it
Well,
possible
I
I
am
can help with you?
Adriana Opria. Vaso has scheduled an interview for me with you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, so, I have some questions. First of all, where were you during the other murders of the sculptor?
Oh, I wasn't in town. I was on expeditions.
No, that's not true. You were particularly between expeditions during each one of those murders.
Oh, I was at home in another, place. I forget where it is, the name of it.
Really? Who can vouch for you being at home in a place you can't remember?
No, I-
Meanwhile, Tumbleweed
No,
is appearing
I'm
in the
asking you now. What did we name the country?
You're from Taldor.
Oh, I was at in Caldor.
Oh, that's... Okay, can anyone verify your whereabouts?
Various butlers, maids, family, friends, my
Really?
published.
Because I have all these affidavits that say you weren't at home during those time periods.
My publisher who I met with during that time.
Yep. She also gave an affidavit. She didn't meet with you at that time.
How did you get all the way to Taldor in such a short amount of time?
Oh, no. I have people in Taldor that can get me these things. You know,
How
can't
long-
be an investigative journalist if I can't hold you to substance.
Oh, it's a 2 month journey. How did you get there?
You know,
Yeah,
there are
bring back
sending
Taldor.
stones that I could pick up my source in Taldor, tell them to get some things for me.
Yeah, but how'd you get the affidavit? Yeah, it's coming back to bite you,
There is
Daddy.
a secret mailbox spell that I use to get those.
Mailbox spell.
Yeah, you see this little cardboard box? If I open it up, put a rock in here, then my publisher is gonna send back a note that says, "What the fuck is this rock doing in here?"
What?
See?
Why is Matt about bullshit convenient answers, but I'm not?
Well, that's an actual spell, and I know the system. Secret mailbox is an actual spell. It might not be called secret mailbox, but there's a spell where you can turn 2 cardboard boxes into a teleportation thing.
Well,
What's it called?
I think it's called secret mailbox.
Huh. I didn't know there's a spell called that in the system. I'll look it up after.
well,
Go
that's
ahead.
Ain't
So,
a bad-
can you explain where you really were, since you weren't at home, you weren't meeting with your publisher? What were you actually doing?
Oh, I was at home.
Not according to these affidavits. I have a mountain of them, so tell me the truth.
I was at home.
Buddy, you're not listening to me. Everyone and their mother, everyone, including your mother and father, said you weren't at home.
That's very interesting, but I was at home.
Tell me the truth, good sir.
I was at home.
I want to help you. I know you weren't at home. Are you saying you'd rather keep telling this lie than let me help you get out of this whole murder thing?
I was at home.
How high are you?
I'm not high at all.
Really?
Yes, I just woke up.
Because I have a mountain of evidence showing the truth, and you are still lying to me.
Well, I was at home.
Okay? We're gonna keep playing this game. Here's you at a party in Absalom. Picture taken on the day that this affidavit says from your mother you weren't home.
That was
Matt,
Absalom? I thought that was Stuvia.
What?
Huh.
I know
Matt.
you're not the murderer, but I want to know what the fuck you're doing in the middle of this thing.
Well, that couldn't possibly be me because you see, he's holding alcohol there, and I do not drink.
Oh no, that's not alcohol. That's actually. That says it has cocaine in it.
Also, that couldn't possibly be me because I was at home.
Okay.
Okay, here's what I actually know. You've been a cocaine addict for years, and everything you've written has been while you've been hopped up on cocaine. Do you wish to deny this? Because I know you're lying if you do.
Hmm?
I said, this is a picture of you at a party doing blow.
Well, that's impossible because I wasn't at that party. I was at home.
You were at this party. This is photographic evidence.
I wasn't at that party. I was at Taldor.
Absalom Taldor?
Help me help you. The alternative is I can just ruin your reputation because I know what's going on. I want to know why and how.
Well, you were going to do that anyway. I was at home.
Oh, we're playing this game, huh?
What game? I'm just here drinking my tea.
Okay, so this isn't a real photo, and she holds up a photo of you stabbing one of the victims. But I can release that if you don't tell me the fucking truth.
I was at home.
Okay? Okay?
Oh
Guess
my
we're
gosh.
playing this game.
Is she actually threatening to put a doctored photo up?
A very well doctored photo up, yes.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know we had really good editing software.
No, not editing software. High level magic.
Oh, that's true too, yeah.
Yeah. So are you sure you'd rather be a murderer than just help me understand where your cocaine addiction started? And how
That
you
might be a
kicked it?
reroll, Ringo. I don't think you want that.
You can either
Sam.
have an inspirational
Sam.
story.
Do not be an idiot. She's going to post it anyway.
You want to sense motive on her?
No, because I'm not at my computer.
Do you want me to push the button
We
for
can do a
you?
perception.
No, I'm going
I
to
can
follow.
do-
I don't
I can do
trust.
a perception motive for you.
She has already showed me a fake image, admitted it is fake, and said she will post it. I don't trust this woman at all. Why would I?
That's what a sense motive check is for. You might as well
No.
see.
No, I don't need to search more. I'm just going to trust my gut.
I don't need to ask her when I just have my gut.
Zeroku, do you want a sense motive? Because she's doing this interview out in the open.
Oh, can I? I was about to ask at the
Yes,
I was
yes,
asking
you
at the
can.
beginning.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'll go up and
You don't have to go up. You just need to roll the perception or deception check if you have lie to me.
fortunately I do not have LTM, so I'll just roll a perception check.
Yeah, she's not lying. She is literally just trying to get the story of his cocaine addiction, all he has written while he's on cocaine. The threat here is just because she knows she's not going to cooperate on one thing unless she has evidence for another. She's playing hardball. Of course she's playing hardball.
Doubling down to the point that they magically image
So
of
with
me.
this information, I try hinting to Ringo's like, hey, I hope everything with the reporter here has been a-okay. Let's try to keep things, maybe even if you have your suspicions, it's best not to
rile her too much, right?
What do you mean rile her? The reporter says to you. You saying I as a
usually the
woman
most.
can't control my emotions?
I'm saying that his responses of the same responses is going to elicit probably a poor response.
You know what?
Namely,
Fuck this. I'm gone.
Are you gonna post
He
the
flips you
doctored
off
photo?
as she walks away.
Okay, she is gonna flip me off into a doctored photo. Okay,
Meanwhile, in the background, a
very
tumbleweed
honest.
starts rolling in.
The most reputable reporter in all of Epsilon.
Aw,
To be fair, you walk up to him and tell her, look,
aw.
to be fair, she's like, what are you saying? I, as a woman, can't control my own emotions. And your
I'm
response
saying,
is,
I'm
no.
saying that his stuff is don't anger the reporter. Oh crap! You think I can't control my emotions? When the exact conversation, that's exactly what happened. What do you mean? What?
Yeah, of course.
When
That's a character.
when
Like,
Keith is being like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing my home. I have a literal doctored photo of you killing the victim.
Now, you see, Matt, the
Terrific.
thing is,
Wow. I wonder what people will think if someone responds that way.
well,
That's
you see, while doubling down to the point where she creates out of the blue a picture of me murdering someone is funny. As a player, it makes me think it doesn't matter what I say, so why should I say anything?
yeah, but I also asked you to roll a sense motive check. And
It
you-
doesn't at that point.
okay. I would say I don't understand why you didn't do that sense motive check, Keith.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't make sense.
I don't need a sense of motive. They show me their motive. They've lied to me the entire time. Why would I care?
Maybe because I, as the GM, am doing the exact same thing I did with the puddles that you guys freaked out over for an hour with.
What's the thing with puddles again? God damn it.
I said the word puddles funny, and for an hour they kept poking at the puddles rather than advancing anything. So I asked him in the same way, does he want to do a sense motive check? And it's like, no, I can just trust my gut on this. She's not gonna give me an honest shake here.
Well, when I came in and said what I said, would that be an instance of puddles? I guess.
Well, you say like
Understand.
here. She's accusing me of murder with a doctored photo that she brought with her. There's not a sense motive that can make me think, this woman's on the up and up.
Not necessarily that she's on the up and up, but like.
Then what?
It could
You
be
could do a sense
question as
motive to see whether
her-
or not she's actually willing to negotiate, or whether or not she will actually put that picture out there unless you refuse to negotiate.
It's a near. If well, it's too late. Will it's too late. Will, but because she's already gone. But if we were to reverse this, the only negative I would say in not doing that is if you roll like a nat 1 or 2, and you say, "Oh, that's it." Okay, I guess. All right, Matt. I will say if he does roll poorly on the sense motive and then nat 1, it does go against what Keith is like. It's his gut feeling of, wow, this woman is deceiving me. I'm not going to trust her at all. She already just doctored the photo. That does
She literally is
betray
the yellow journalist.
Yeah, she
It
is the
does
yellow
betray-
journalist, but she wants an
Sure.
entirely different story.
What you're
Sure,
telling me,
Like
what
you-
I
He's
is that-
worrying that the role would betray what he
No,
actually
he's not
did.
worried about the role would portray what he's saying there's no point in doing anything other than trusting his gut. When I am the GM, I'm hinting to him, you might not want to trust your gut because you're fucking wrong.
the answer, I knew what the answer was going to be. The answer is like, oh, she really won't release that. But my point is, she's either going to release a fake, bad manipulated story, or she's going to release a real bad manipulated story. And the end result for me is the same.
The end result for you is actually not the same.
I
How
wouldn't
is
say
it-
it's the same. I wouldn't say it's the same.
Because now there's photographic evidence of you murdering one of the victims.
Is she? Hold up. Question.
Which means that you are back in a cell.
Would that mean? Would that can no one detect that it's doctored? Is it the only one? Is it literally like they cannot detect that it's doctored? No one of the investigators can tell that it's doctored. Everyone gets duped. That the photo is absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, actually, this is doctored. Not. There's magic that can do it. There's also just the forge document skill, which is a society check.
Okay.
So it's
So
not
these
been
forged
magically doctored.
So he's not only. So you're saying to me that she's not only forging the doctoring that photo, she's also forging documents.
Well, the photo being doctored would be the forged document.
Well, like, okay. That one, that single forged document, the none of the investigators can realize that that's doctored.
I mean, I could give them roles.
I'm just saying that the justice system's truly fucked. Holy crap!
Yeah, no. Have you guys thought anything else about Thuvia at this point?
Maybe it's just that I'm surprised that no one can detect that that's a doctored photo. Like, if it, let's say it's like
one
it's
investigator thinks it might be doctored, but he can't figure out how. The other 4 investigators think they've got their man.
Sure. It's just that I guess the entirety of that brings into question absolutely not only like Thuvian things, but like if every investigator and I assume they have high level investigators in Thuvia. If high level investigators in Thuvia can't figure it out, what makes it like any investigator in any nation can figure out a doctored photo of someone killing someone is doctored.
So, canonically speaking, the top investigator in the world at this point in time is a Yuki Shinpei, who is an Absalom, and works with the Absalomian Guard. The second best investigator is with Gen 1 of the Ice Peace Project. And they were considered the second best investigator in the whole canonical universes at level 10.
So it's really low powered. Okay.
There aren't a lot of investigators that get far, right? Investigators... Sure. And that's like people who specifically are an investigator who investigate crime. If we're talking like rank in terms of people with the investigator class, the person you just pissed off is number 2.
I also will say that what you said here, Keats, not only reflects on yourself, it also reflects on the rest of the organization, right?
Well,
so let's say they... Sure. She's going to put out more fellow journalism. Sure.
I'll say, and there's a magic perfect counter, and that happens again and again, to where I have hundreds of affidavits of people saying you weren't there. I have this.
I'm going to have to hold you there and say if you don't do any, the case that it sucks, that there's always counters, but it's better to address it than to not.
Let me finish.
Okay. Perfect counters, affidavits.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Here is a picture of you in Absalom. I've decided now that I have this. Here's a picture of you murdering someone. I've decided I have this. Here's this picture that Fozo has of you just taking cocaine. I've decided that I have this. So we have a situation where we are told beforehand, what you say, they're going to try and get you. But it doesn't matter what I say because things will magically appear to debunk it completely.
Well, first of all, it that does not automatically. I can throw out a bunch of photos at you. It doesn't mean I'm going to report those photos, right? It could focus.
exists.
Also,
Yes.
again, the divide we're talking about is I am deciding something like, oh,
Yes.
I was at home. So, how does that continue? So, I am trying to do something where I'm like, okay, well, here's this. What do you have to say to that? I'm at home. Okay? Escalated again. I was at home. Okay? Escalated again. I was at home.
Because you keep making things up that there's nothing I can say to. You might as well be saying I'm at home too.
What do you think
Like,
that he could have said to rebut that, Matt?
what am I supposed to say when, oh, everyone in the city says you're lying? Also, I have this picture of you suddenly.
Sure, let's try to let's have Matt answer that. What do you think that he could have done to address that, Matt?
Yes,
See that?
and like it's an improv thing. Like I'm escalating only because I'm getting a no.
I'm asking you, what would be a suitable response for Keith to make uh, in that situation? Like, yes, and I will
Because
have a cocaine addiction. What do you want him to admit that? Then that would stop him escalating the amount of photos that they have against
The
him.
problem is that I was just in this thing where I'm like I'm trying to like have this conversation, and
Sure.
I'm literally, yes, I am pulling things out of my pocket, but I'm just
Keith
trying to talk. Okay,
Okay.
Keith does not. Okay, Keith does not think he can get out of the situation. I'm trying to ask you, what do you think that he can say
it's improv.
so he can get out of that situation?
There's not necessarily. Well,
But my if
That's his
if I
point. That's his entire point is that he's not getting a chance to do anything that he rejects. There's going to be more. So if that's his
I don't
worry,
want
I think the best thing to address that is to tell them, okay, here's why you're wrong, Keats. Here's what you could have said to address this point, and we could have passed on and not escalated. If you can tell him what he could have said, then that would be a great help. You can indicate to him
I mean,
how he
if
could
I
do
were
better.
in his shoes, well, of course they'd sign those affidavits. I was disowned for a crime I didn't commit.
Well, my point is, and more about like the dancing thing in Absalon is that, and I don't want to interrupt you because I got so mad at interruptions before, but
Go ahead.
my character is either lying when I thought they were telling the truth, or they're lying, and all I can say at that point is you're lying, and at that point it doesn't add anything.
I will say, I would not recommend you to go in like a JCA sort of like, wow. I'm joking, but still, go ahead. Go ahead, keep.
Well, that's it. Like the affidavits, yeah, I thought when you said that, like, this probably has something to do with my father disowning me, but I can't bring up them disowning me because that's going to lead to the cocaine. So all I can do as me role playing is just double down and try not to give her any information.
Okay, what I guess the resolution that Keith was like is like they're gonna
So
lie
then,
about
what would have
anyway.
solved this, based upon what
Go
you're
ahead.
saying, is
Well,
if you had made the sense motive check. Like
What?
I was hinting at you, you should.
how would that?
You should have taken that sense motive check.
Yeah,
So
because
you
you
do
could
not know how
feel.
he.
Yeah, they are
First of
trying to
all,
get a different story out of you.
you do not know how Matt is gonna play the reporter without having that sense motive. So to just assume that out of it is a blunder for one. Secondly, is like he's actively he's trying to tell you like this is what I'm trying to do with the reporter, or at least he wants to lead you to think, give you more information, and I don't think it's wise to reject that. He's trying to give you an out. He's trying to give you more information as to what the reporter's doing, right?
Right.
So if
Why don't we just
yeah,
do a restart on this? Okay? That might
would
be
you
the
like
best way to resolve all of this.
would you like to do a restart, Keith?
I will take into consideration what you've said, Keith.
You there, Keith? Keith, are you away from the keyboard?
No, we can't hear you, Keith. Sorry about that.
Oh, he left. Oh,
No,
He-
he was having trouble with his mic, I think.
ouch. Oof.
Yeah. Okay. His phone died. But I will keep that in mind. We can restart that. But like yeah, no, I really was trying to give him information. It's like
I don't like if yeah. If say you're if Keith can hear me, if I'd
Hello?
like to yeah.
Whoa.
If Matt I understand that you're like, okay, the best thing in this situation is to keep going in my ways because she has all the false shit on me. There's no use in it. But at the same time, if you want to figure out the motive of the reporter, and Matt's saying do a sense motive check, he's wanting to give you more information about the reporter. He's asking
Well,
you to do that.
I think
I knew what the sense motive check was going to say.
What do you mean?
Well, it was going to be like, she said, like, I won't release this if we talk about the cocaine. And then he says, do a sense motive check. I knew that, like, she's not going to still release it. I did say the otherwise, because I was getting
What
a
would
bit tipped.
If you were to roll, okay, I will. Is that what you would say, Matt? If you were to succeed in a sense motive check,
if you
is that
were
whatever-
to not crit fail at that check, I would have said, yeah, no, she's being honest. She only has this, like, thing because she knows you aren't going to want to admit to it. She wants the juicy story, but she doesn't necessarily want to ruin her own reputation at the end of the day.
she wants to do some yellow journalism, like I said before, but it's
But
not
she
the.
wants some
it's not
wiggle
the
room
story.
not to get hit with a libel suit, you know?
It's not. It's a difference. It's not the exact same thing. Like, oh, this this story is just as valid as her with
I'll
pushing out this
admit-
fake story.
I will admit that I chose not to do it out of anger.
Why don't we just
Okay.
go back to stage 1? I'll keep in mind what you've said, but let's go back to stage 1. Let's go back to her sitting down. Let's try this again.
Would you like to do
Okay,
that?
how
Keith?
do I
All right.
sound, by the way?
You sound.
You sound different, but not in a worse way.
Okay.
Are you on your computer?
Yes.
Yeah, my phone's dead.
Okay. Okay.
You actually sound like a less stuffed up version of yourself, if I'm being honest.
Oh, alright.
Guess
Yeah.
your computer mic is better than the phone mic. Anyways, go ahead.
So
I'm
she
working
sits
out.
down.
It picks up more stuff, so I don't usually use it.
Yeah. She sits down and says, "Hello, my name is Adriana Opria.
Hello, Adriana.
I've been told to talk to you by Vazo because apparently my initial reportings were inaccurate."
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What was your initial reporting?
Well, I just said that there might have been some merit behind you being a serial killer.
Yes, I would say that would be inaccurate.
So, what were you doing when you were off of those dig sites?
Oh, I was at home taking massive quantities of cocaine.
Ugh. You know,
Okay.
the best part about this group is we have resolutions like this, and that's honestly why I don't really take us off when we're having these, because it's the resolutions like this that show a good thing for people who do want to GM, that you're not always
was
going to have a
thinking-
smooth time, you know?
What were you actually doing during the time of the murder? I was taking severe amounts of cocaine.
So, once again, Keith, I'm sorry, I didn't really give you any leverage last time. That's my bad.
I apologize too. I took that too personally.
Yeah. So, You use cocaine.
Oh, yes, all the time. Or at least I did.
Really? When did you kick the addiction?
Yesterday. Through magic.
I do a little wave, like, hello.
How do you kick an addiction through magic?
Apparently just a normal cure disease spell works.
I'm sorry. You're saying a cure disease spell could rid the addictions of the city of Casimir?
I know, it's crazy, right? It's amazing that Casimir just doesn't do that.
You're saying that through a simple public-funded healthcare system, we would have no worries about disease, or even just unbanning the worship of Sarenrae.
Yes.
Off character,
public
how do we get to
healthcare.
public health care?
Honestly, this story is going to be much juicier than what I was originally
Okay.
going for.
Interesting. All right, go ahead.
So what you're
I'm
saying...
surprised you didn't know this. This is pretty common knowledge.
Not common enough. I mean, to be fair, I was born and raised in Casimir, managed to avoid all of the drug addiction all of the rest of my family fell into. And I didn't know that I could have cured all of them just by asking a Serenite, hey, can you help my family? Not that I could ask a Serenite that, because the Empire of Taldor banned their worship.
Where did I get my cure disease thing from?
You actually did get it from a Serenite.
Where did
Oh.
I find a Serenite?
Well, you're not in Taldor, you're in Thuvia.
Oh!
Oh, so you did it
Yeah,
yesterday.
the way it works is that it returns your body to a prime state without any impurities, and that counts with addiction. Now, mentally, it's still there, but the cravings aren't.
Huh. What drove you to start doing cocaine?
Oh, it helps with the creative process.
Creative process? You're a
Yes.
historian.
Yes.
What are you creating?
Well, I am specifically an archaeologist, not a historian.
That's
Oh.
the same thing. One of you just does active dig sites.
Well, no, one of them tries and tells you a sequence of events. My job is to find out how these ancient people lived, and that sometimes can require conjecture.
Are you saying that you use cocaine to fuel your conjecture and your archaeological research?
Yes!
Interesting. How many of your books have been fueled by cocaine?
Oh, all of them. It's very common in the archaeological world.
Really?
Oh, everyone has special substances. For example, there is this tribe. Now, I am not familiar with them very much, focusing on ancient Assyria myself, but there is a northern tribe that grew in a forest that had many hallucinogenic berries. So, Dr. Clocktick went into the forest and just started taking berries to see what their rituals might be like. And he did this with his students for about 3 months, and afterwards he wrote his report.
I've read that report. You're saying that was a drug-fueled report?
Oh, you would be surprised how many academic journals are just drug-filled reports.
Can you
Oh
give
my
me like a
God.
rough percentage?
62?
Do you have a list?
A list? No. I only have first-hand experience and second-hand experience from my colleagues.
So, if I were to give you a piece of paper, ask you to write down those names, would you do that?
He's starting to sweat poison.
You look a little nervous. You got something to hide?
No, but I do have respect for my colleagues.
I see. What is your most recent work?
My most recent work is about ancient Osirian poop rituals.
Why would they have rituals for pooping?
Well, that's very interesting. You might notice this, but we live in a desert. And there is a statistical historical trend that desert civilizations have a more obsessive association with purities and impurities than other places, likely due to how difficult it is to cleanse oneself when you have a lack of water. As such, the Osirians are believed to consider poop an impure thing like many cultures, but because it is more difficult to remove, they often have to do rituals to make them feel that they have spiritually cleansed themselves as well as physically.
And the proof for this is, where exactly?
Well, there is an ancient temple in the city of
How do you spell that?
Oh, that's just a guess. We can't actually read the Osirian language. That is just the name of the closest Osirian tribe.
I speak ancient Osirian fluently.
Ooh.
Why are you insulting my mother all of a sudden?
Can you wait right here for a second?
No, I don't speak ancient Osirian Draconic. I'm sorry.
But he speaks both.
Does he?
Yeah, but his Draconic is also an ancient Osirian dialect.
Okay, why don't you bring him here? Maybe I can do something along those lines.
Oh my god, the entire reason for my character existing is about to be fixed. And I drag Beerby over.
And just BRB is like talking as normal, and she laughs hysterically. It's like, I can't tell you what he's saying. It's really dirty.
Please, please.
And just imagine like a 40-second blurb of just weird curse words and things I'd have to bleep out on YouTube.
Ooh. Ringo just looks dashed and distraught that the thing he's been trying to translate is just a potty mouth.
Well, no, it's ancient Osirian comedy. It's just, it's very dirty when translated into Taldane.
Ask him non-comedic things. Ask him about the poop rituals.
She does, and she laughs at his response. He seems to be stuck in a non-stop comedic routine, actually.
Ouch. He's just like Robin Williams.
Ringo faints.
Target interview subject seems prone to easy fainting. Unsuitable for mercenary work.
I help. I
Oh,
carry.
you must be Zoroku. She brings out a whole nother pad. Care for an
Now
interview.
that was.
Is it
much
alright
more
if I bring my colleague here to a proper place before we do this interview?
Is there something improper about him laying there taking a nap?
Well, it's not very seemingly out here in the desert for him to. I'm just gonna take
we're
him
in
back
a
to his.
garden.
Oh, we are.
Yeah,
Okay.
remember your camp is set in the garden of a dwarf guy.
Oh, well, I'll just put him in a nice, comfy sleeping position, and I'll go to dress my. I guess the reporter. Okay, sure. Hello, I'm Zoroku.
Yes, I'm very familiar with you. Why do
Oh,
you
really?
work with these people?
I figure that I can do some good, and I figured I can help. I've heard a lot of stuff about the first generation, so I decided to join.
And does the second generation live up to your expectations?
In terms of like, is it the first generation? Not really, but we're getting there, right? It takes a lot of steps.
I hear that you've recently suffered your first casualty as an organization.
I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
unfortunately, that came up as the Oh crap! I'm getting pinged. One moment.
Wait, how did
Sorry,
you- how-
yeah, sorry, Discord stuff. One moment.
How did she know that?
There's not even a body. The only person we've told is Faja.
So, that is true. If I were to tell you she was just asking a bullshit question, seeing if she would get something juicy.
She meant Jogo.
I mean, theoretically speaking, she could have meant that as like, so you're saying Jogo isn't a casualty. But she was like, asked, so I believe there are some yellow journalist tricks where you know, like they'll ask you a question that they don't think they'll get anything on, but then you'll say something and they'll get you.
Okay, I'm following you.
So she doesn't actually know there's been a casualty, but she says it hoping that he'll confirm something juicy.
I'm following you.
Yeah.
How is that? Was that better, Matt?
That was a lot better, and I think it's because both of us were playing by the same rules.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting things regarding doing your other responsibility. I need to. Okay, let's do this. Hello. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
So tell me about that casualty.
We've had a couple of casualties recently. From Drogo to the more recent ones.
More recent
Yeah, it's not been
ones.
doing well. Yeah. Unfortunately, we were able to successfully end some suspicious dealings over at a temple nearby, but unfortunately, we lost one of our own.
Ooh, tell me
Out
more.
of respect for them, I'm not gonna say like reveal too much. I'm pretty sure Drogo has been in the papers, plenty.
Well, yes, I was there for his execution, but my main question to you is, so far, throughout your short history, the first generation has been deemed as quite potent in their power, and no casualties there. Yet, the second generation's on their own for about 5 minutes in the sense of the world's time, and there's already 2?
I think personally, I think that we were. It is a ragtag of individuals compared to the first generation, but I think we can push ourselves further and beyond, and outweigh our initial expectations. And this is where the off character. This is where the real Jiroku Chime goes out. He's like, yeah, we're totally gonna overcome our. And he's like, he's really pumping the group up. It's like, yeah, we're really gonna overcome our challenges. That's the Kirkus way. Yeah. Go ahead.
Up
Matt.
until you said the Kyrgyz way, I was convinced you had a scripted response.
Yeah. Do you think that I'm not genuine in my responses?
You sound like the leader of your organization.
I'm not Matt. I don't.
No,
I don't
but
think.
very similar. I asked him what he thought of his organization. He said he thought he could push the limits of what's possible for the world and how he could make it better. And you seem very similar.
That's certainly amongst the edicts of Kyrgyz, right? So, in me trying to help people out, that's unironically in line with the ISP's goals to, or Matt's goal specifically, to push the people to their best. I think that's a good positive message.
Yes, it is. But do you think there should be heavier restrictions on who is allowed to join your organization?
I'm not really involved in the hiring process, so I can't really make heads or tails as to what is the
But as
restrictions
someone
are.
who has similar ideals as the leader, do you think he might be hiring people a bit too flippantly?
In terms of his message, there's some people who, if they just want to join their ranks, they can build up. Some people, they may be what you perceive, whatever you perceive in your news as bit mess ups. We have our here, but I think the genuine try of trying to improve people to the best that they can is the good one. That's what I believe, and if that's what Matt believes, and I think that's what Matt believes, then that's a good thing to stand by, even if it means a couple people will unfortunately tarnish the name, right? If we're going to be an inclusive group trying to get all kinds of people, we're going to get people who are going to unfortunately sink the reputation because the association of the more poorly performed individuals, right?
That is an interesting point.
Anything else you'd like to know about me?
What is your daily routine?
Oh, yes. As you saw me earlier while you were talking with Ringo, I like to work out a lot. That is Kyrgyz tradition. We do plenty. We push our body to the limits. I've been able to got everyone on a routine of doing push-ups, sit-ups. A lot of them, they're annoyed, of course, but it's a routine. It's best to have something that can give a bit of stability to the group.
Yes. Do you think your leader's similar habits might rub people the wrong way as well?
Vazo or Matt? What do you mean?
Matt.
In what scenario?
Well, there have probably been situations where he's thought a similar thing. Oh, maybe some person should learn a new skill, or maybe some person should join me for workouts, or whatever. Do you think those
Mhm.
type of situations might drive other members to breaking points at times?
I have to think about that more. It's an interesting thing. I do think that pushing people to be their best is like a good thing generally. In terms of them breaking, I don't like that when they break. It's not very good. I have to think more about that.
Thank you for your
Interesting
time.
question. Thank you. Okay. I feel like off character. I feel like the headline is gonna be Kyrgyz pushes his people to death. sorry. Zoroku pushes
You want to
his
know what
men
the
to
actual
death.
headline of the next 3 articles are going to be?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mine's going to be Ringo did nothing wrong.
If only.
The story of Ringo Robin and why Taldor has committed crimes against its people.
Yeah, the Serenite thing. It's definitely like, yeah, that's Serenite thing.
The fake news of Yellow Archaeologist.
Okay.
And finally, lofty ambitions not realistic for young members of Ice Peace Project.
Okay. That certainly is. That's not the worst headline. I will.
Oh
say.
yeah, no,
Okay.
you definitely saved the last headline from being bad. Now the rest of the group just has to get through their interviews without making headlines.
Yeah. In the terms of like, that's like, oh wow, lofty ambitions. Like, okay. I think there certainly is. I think people saw the Constitution as lofty ambitious at the time.
Yeah.
Is a that the reporter does not know about the puppet.
Yeah, the
Not yet.
reporter does not know about the puppet.
Not yet.
That
Not
is a
yet.
good thing.
Now tell me about boy, I sure do love murder.
Oh my god.
We got Ringo the crackhead, Ringo the academic person who just basically discredited every academic journal or attempted to with his.
Over 50,
And then-
according to a anonymous source, over 50% of research archaeology is done while high on substances.
Yeah.
What he was doing.
The academic community will basically disavow, like, no, we don't take drugs.
And we know these are all lies. They say as they rub fingers under their noses.
First of all, my nose itches. I swear. Why do you have to accuse me of my common tick? You know? I'm joking, of course, Keith.
I didn't mean to abuse you, Matt. Sorry.
It's just something I end up doing a lot on camera. I don't know where the tick started. I am not a cocaine user, I swear.
We here at Matt. We here at the what channel this is? This is the Leviathan Devil, or we here at the Leviathan Devil do not condone cocaine use.
Yeah, we definitely do not.
Unless
Drugs are bad, okay?
Drugs are bad, okay?
But yeah, no, I was like thinking to myself, wait a second. That would be hilarious to make like it about public health care and the banning of Sarin Ray, when it's like so easy to cure cocaine addiction, and like the entire story of your morally gray campaign is centered around the drug trade in Casimir.
I will say that Jiroku wasn't given as hard as questions as say.
Yeah, she doesn't have anything to really question you on.
It's
I
just
will
She's a
say-
morally upstanding character, which makes her sick.
yeah. Get sick of me.
It's the same reason she ends up like she used to think Matt was just a monster. It's the same reason she hates his guts, because how dare you like take all this bullshit from us and come out of it a better person, you son of
Well,
a bitch.
Let's see. If you hate the bullshit, I mean, I might as well be like, okay, all right, that's all right. That's your opinion, but we're still gonna be positive, right? We're not gonna say no because you're raising a stink about it.
Well, yeah, but no, what I'm saying is like her motivation is she sees this kid that got like literally the crap kicked out of him on a daily basis be like, I love this world. I want to protect it. I want to make people have happy, healthy lives and do better for them. And she's like, what
What the hell
the
did
fuck? How are you? There's something going on here. You can't.
You must be messed in the head. They must be like, yeah, it's like she's like, what? You must be messed in the head for thinking that. Have you gotten to talking to Will about the interview? Oh wait, Saki doesn't get an interview, but will the rest of the guys be interviewed once?
Yes, the rest of
next
them will
week?
be interviewed next week.
Yeah.
It might actually be a good thing that that Wyland died. Otherwise, he'd be here for that.
You know who would terminate this generation? Wayland.
Wayland.
Wayland would definitely be the person who's like giving up all this juicy stuff to this yellow journalist.
So tell me,
that makes sense.
or do like
Are you saying that his death was a good thing? Wow.
Well, to be fair, this journalist wouldn't have come in had his character. Well, no, that's not true. If his character hadn't died, she still would have come in because of her, or because Silver wasn't here tonight. So that was my pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and according to Fazio, he planned this ahead of time.
Yeah, Vazo wanted you guys not to give her ammunition, but then
Did I
he
give her
remembered that no, you the only thing you gave ammunition was like, oh, yeah, lofty but you didn't give her anything. That's just like you've made her shit list because like you've given her nothing to work with.
I've gave her exactly what she would have gotten anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
What everyone already knows about the Ice Peace project anyways.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, I got you.
And then like, she's just out for the next scoop. And again, she will forge documents. And that is something I will tell you going forward. She is
Cool.
But she is also very good at it. But
Damn.
yeah, lesson learned.
What level is this forger? Sorry,
They're
Matt. You
level
said you were
15 investigator.
Holy Jesus!
Yep.
Oh crap! Go ahead, Matt. What do you say? You were apologizing.
I do apologize for like the one-sided thing there, Keith. But I'll keep that in mind going forward.
It's fine, I didn't help things, but Matt and his continual addiction to making shopkeepers and reporters level 20 builders.
To quote Zara, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. I hope Zara's doing all right.
Yeah, I hope they join it one day, but they're not gonna.
Probably
The
really
last
busy.
time they were here, Will asked, why did you make this guy a level 20 character? And Zara's like, I will answer that for him, because it's hilarious.
Amazing.
Yeah. Which is the reason I do it, because... Well, actually, the reason I do it is... I probably wouldn't do it for the other party, but you have murder hobo tendencies.
I
I don't want to encourage you to go around stealing from shops when you're playing good characters, so I make them
What
buff
if it's for
as
the greater
fuck.
good? What if
I
it's for
also
the greater
want
good?
they aren't really level 20, but I never pull you up because I know you'll have to make the character sheet really quick.
Oh no, I actually do have a character sheet for Adriana Opria, and she's a level 15 investigator and wizard combo.
But like the level 20 magic shop owner.
Yes, that was level 20 wizard. I have the sheet prepared for it.
Really? Now that part's surprising. I just assumed that you were expecting us not to call you bluff.
Nope. All of the times I've given you an actual level for a character, they've had a sheet. I used to have a lot more time to actually, like, be prepared for this. And I'm gonna have a lot more time again soon, but you never would have had a bluff to call because you would have gotten a level 10 fireball to the face had you called it.
But usually we make up the shop owners as we go.
Oh, that's
Like
cute.
Well, I remember one time I wanted to go to a flower shop, and the flower shop owner became really powerful.
Where was that?
This
Flower shop.
was months ago.
Yeah, I'm asking you where that flower shop owner was.
Your
Where
mom.
it was in the city.
In what
I
city?
think it was the same city where I first started asking for Lich Flactor.
Absalom?
Sure.
Yeah, no, I think I had a sheet for that shopkeeper.
I'm gonna make a flower shop stat just in case anyone wants to go buy flowers.
Well, it's Absalom. I have a general shopkeeper to dissuade you from pulling bullshit for everything you could shop for in Absalom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know how I said, how I said I do a lot of prep work?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
How much prep work
addicted to
did you make?
prep work, apparently.
How much of this is prep and how much is this improv?
So their characterization is improv, but if I say, oh yeah, they're a level 20 so and so, you better bet your ass I had a stat block.
You have an entire. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their character
Cool.
as a whole, like, I might not have a race, gender, or whatever. Well, not necessarily. I might not necessarily have a heritage, gender, or like backstory for them, but I have everything else. Like, to give you an idea, the Thursday group ran into a member of the project. They were a completely built character. Had they chosen to tango with that person, I would have accidentally TPK'd them.
Yep. That could be. It's always a risk
Yep.
with having a higher level person interact with them.
Having players that are actually invested in the story and don't want to derail it at every opportunity. What cringe.
What's the Thursday guys
vi-
like? Are they
so-
nice or?
I used to think, I wish I had a group of players that didn't derail the story at every opportunity. That would be great. Now I have them.
And how does it feel?
Feels amazing. Don't get me wrong, you guys are still my favorite of the two, but like, it's nice to have a group that'll be like, yes, and all the time.
Gotcha. We might be sliding down that leaderboard the more we say no, but yeah.
No, but is acceptable. Like, that's fine. No, but I am doing this.
Oh, okay.
No, the key is just no. Fuck
Just not
that.
being against
Fuck
you.
you.
Just not
Some
being
of the
against-
time.
Not being against you every moment of the way, sort of deal. Okay. I see.
But I mean that in the best way, Keith, because like you do make shit happen when you're like, no, fuck you. Boy, do you make stuff happen. I have an entire journal worth of notes from the Almas arc that we never got to do.
I need you to read them out loud.
I mean,
That would be interesting.
what?
That would actually be interesting.
Just an entire
Why do
session.
you
Be like,
always burst away?
we know we talked about beef doing beef history. Why not just be like, just deep character dies. Like, why is Gavilan like this? What has he been doing?
Why is Gavilan gay?
Why do you do what you do?
in this
Pete, if
area,
you want
he
to
did this.
experience my world, why do you always say "fuck your world"?
Because
Sometimes the best experience is to say fuck you.
Because what?
Go ahead.
Because I cannot have you be happy.
Why?
I don't know. I'll think of that later.
What if instead of us constantly bantering, we work together?
Cringe.
I might be cringe, but at least I'm free.
I want to see these notes you wrote.
Okay.
I want to see just how much I destroy things with my.
journal. Got right here.
All right, let's go. Oh my God,
I
it's physical.
even bought Post-it tabs to separate all the different sections of the notes. And I got to about the third section here where it's blank. So, yeah. I also had 2 entire journals for the Taldor arc, too.
Let's read them. Let's read them. I want to see just how badly things got fucked up.
But you know how I said, oh yeah, let's do all these, like, affinity missions. So I think we got through 3 of them. I have all these different tabs here. I have 20 tabs for, like, 30 different affinity missions we never got to do.
30 tabs?
20
Let's do those
tabs that,
missions.
yeah, we can't. We've moved past them.
No.
Hey, screw up any missions.
But you still love affinity missions, Keith. We literally ignored the story of Shadow of Corleone for 4 months because of affinity missions.
I think we did do that. Oh, that was when we got the. That was
Yeah,
like,
that was the
towards
best
the end.
part. Like, the
We had the
story of
egg.
Mad and Graves in the Land of the Norm Kings was an affinity mission.
It should
Oh, is
probably
it
be
a
like
affinity
1 or
mission?
2 at most. Like,
Yes!
you should limit it to like 1 or 2
Whose
at most, like
affinity is
1
it
or 2
for?
weeks dedicated
What did
to
you say,
affinity
Keith?
missions. Go ahead,
Whose
sorry. Go ahead.
affinity is it for?
I believe it was your companion that was from the Land of the Norm Kings, because there was something going on in her kingdom that she had to address. I think she was like, there's like a murder going on. We aren't going to go over there and figure it out unless we can hook Graves and Mad in a different adventure. So let's just pitch them the idea of killing a little Norm.
Cool.
Right? And if you cooperate, we can have these fun adventures.
Not worth it.
Why?
Probably will be like if you do like 1 or 2. I will say if you limit.
We have a lot of
amount
characters for affinity missions.
I understand. I do understand this is a big thing. I will
Because
say,
of
like, probably limited to the leaders, because if we do affinity missions for everyone, that's going to be like, oh crap, that we really are staying for 3 months, right?
Yeah,
It's
and in
really good
moments where
stuff.
that was
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
moment for you to get really attached to characters before I start punching you in the gut because you're attached to these characters in the Taldor arc.
Remember
There-
I think the what's it called? The egg. What's the race of the Lenorn egg. Remember that? That was like off of a affinity mission.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were
And you
other
were like, you
affinity
have to change
missions
so
that
many
you
things.
did.
There were so many things that we had to change off of the future ones. So you're basically like, fuck it, we're not doing this reverse order thing. We have to do this chronologically because so many things in the past affect the future.
here's why. Here's why I'll never agree to just not say fuck it. We're the reason you're such a good GM. If I went with you on everything with a smile on my face, you would have never improved.
So
Damn.
now that I am a good GM, can you go along with it?
You can always be better. All this means is I should fight you even more.
You
Will you
are
ever accept him?
100% correct. But here's the problem, Keith. I am used to your level of disruption now.
Oh, buddy, I have my own notes. I've been going.
You may be used to 2 years of us. Wait till you get to 5 years of us. You won't. We don't know. Basically, Keith is saying, I'm gonna pull out so many more shenanigans.
You think I've been bad? The only reason you still have a YouTube channel is because I have deemed
Oh
it
my
so.
gosh! Don't go that far, Keith.
But Keith, what I'm saying is, we had fun, and you were right. I could have improved. Now that I'm improved, do you want to have fun again?
I've already.
Is it alright if you let the pedal off of Matt a bit, Keith?
Oh no, there are no breaks.
Are we still in streaming, by the way?
Yes, we are.
Hello,
This is one of
everyone.
these things where it's hilarious to do. And like, yeah, no, I'm not being serious. I know Keith isn't as disruptive as making it appear, but like, it's hilarious.
We are not here for the story. We are here for the long diatribes at the end of session and
This
in
is
the middle
a
of session.
comedy
too.
show.
It's a comedy show. I hope you
Yeah.
understand. If there's anyone out there in the audience.
And only the pain.
But I mean, like, there are a lot of things I've had to be like, oh, fuck, guess we'll move on.
I want to hear some more of these. This was interesting.
Okay, so we had. Let's talk about affinity missions we didn't do.
What would you say? Let's do like the top 5 most interesting ones you felt that our group could have done.
Number 5.
So we don't have to go through like there's 20, and I'm not gonna remember like 5 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
There was a whole thing with Mimi Lilac that went into her history, her family, all of these things that we didn't get to do. That would have made you understand the entire system of Taldane politics and family ties so much better.
Well,
Now I'm not sure. Would people? That may be the case. Now with the for on descriptions like this will get you in understanding all of the houses, all of the politics. But I'm not sure if like say Keith would be into learning the politics.
I'd be interested, but would it actually make me understand?
Okay. You say it wouldn't help you understand?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I don't know. We never got to.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
So, let's see.
Pete, I need to know the houses of Westeros in order to fully understand.
See, the Primarchs were secretly created by the Emperor.
So
We have the house of-
the
Go ahead.
So there was one where you guys would have had a fight with the legendary gunslinger Tex Magica.
Oh,
Yeah.
is Tex? I forgot. Is Tex a woman or dude? I thought it was a woman.
Tex is a woman.
Okay. I thought that Tex was part of our side.
She is now.
Oh, okay.
Because we skipped the part where we recruit her by fighting.
We skipped the part where we murder her, so she's part of our group
You
now.
skipped the part where you understand why she is getting sick of being strictly an Eagle Knight. Yeah, you missed the strong character motivation there, so I decided
We
to do
can
it
learn
later.
more about the Eagle Knights too, and what they motivates them a lot.
Mhm.
And be like, what, yeah. And then like all the members
You
of the
missed
Eagle
the
Knights.
amazing comedic and no, actually, you did the Livia and Zorch one. That's actually true.
See, Keith, this is all the nice, handy dandy
You missed
information.
a very deep lore of this world's history of the elves. Recent history too. That also
Ooh.
Are we
ties
talking like the last?
into 3 very plot relevant characters.
Are we talking about the last 100 years, or are we talking about
We're
1,000
talking
years?
last 50.
Okay, 50 years. That seems very relevant to us.
Like as to what event happened where the elves aren't a united front anymore.
Some elves decided to cut off their ears and make them shorter.
You missed an entire storyline of Alexander Romanov and his moral code and of conduct.
So
I feel like it's always been like an underutilized part of the. It seems like he's gonna be like a big figure later. It just seems like we just haven't been utilizing him a lot.
Again, because we've missed the opportunities I planned out for it.
Damn.
now,
You've
here's the
missed the
thing-
drug-fueled adventures of Trim Rock being the wingman for Loken.
Hold up. What do you say? What were you about to say, Keith?
Here's one thing I'll add is that this sounds very neat, but what we need to remember is that in between like the fights with people will be a 5-hour argument about cheese.
Let's go. I want my argument with cheese. Don't you want to argue about cheese, Keith?
About cheese?
Yeah. I'm saying that while this sounds nice, the majority of our time will be bullshit that we are responsible for.
Are you saying that the stuff like the Romanov thing?
You also missed one of the most fun side quests, which is the whole recruitment arc I had planned for Graves.
I'm thinking what Keith is saying. That does sound good, but
Yeah.
I think what Keith is saying is that there's a lot of. You think there's a lot of
There's a lot of role play and
there's a
dumb
lot of
arguments in between the good bits. Yeah.
There's a lot of rough. There's a diamonds in that rough, but it's very hard to find diamonds in the rough, and it can be difficult to figure out what's affinity missions is the real good meaty missions to take. Like, oh,
That's
this
true.
one is a diamond. Like,
And
oh,
part of the
we're
reason
really
I
good.
moved on wasn't entirely due to the disruption there. But, like, a lot of where I've been weared down over the years has been the disruption of moving from place to place so quickly. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. That's why
We're
the
moving-
next arc I'm doing in Path to Create Nihil is getting a whole fuck ton of planning. And that's why
When
I'm
you-
asking for your ears
Cooperation.
and cooperation. Because the next part could be gold. Maybe a bit of rust, but a lot of gold.
When you say a lot of movement and you got really irritated, could you be more
Not
specific?
entirely on my end. Like, the quest for Sky Igniter and Premise is great, but then when we slapdash from one place to another, the minute we run out of fights, it wears on me how underutilized the world was.
Oh, you feel like it's not being okay. Gotcha. It's not getting
And then
enough
when
love.
it's suddenly shifting back to where I am getting, like, part of the problem I had was putting a time limit on a story that we're chasing a quest from one point of the world to the other end, right? There seems like there's so many places to explore, and putting a time limit puts all the different places into a slog where we're just trying to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible.
That can be a bit of a I understand.
So putting
It's like
a
a
time
main
limit on it puts this weird part to it where I have to create things like the hourglass, the infinite hourglass.
There is a bit of okay. I will say, I understand that you don't like time limits a lot, but sometimes, how do I say this? Time limits, it can properly. How do I say this properly?
So
It can make things like you will realize what is important with
I
time
don't
limits.
have my opinion on time limits myself.
So here's the thing. We could have set the time limit for after a moment where a time limit would have made sense.
Okay.
We set the time limit to where if we aren't quick enough to getting to where the actual time limit would kick in, then everything ends.
Things
And
are a
if
bit
we're
on the
doing
rush
this
side.
tour of the world type of story over hours and hours of campaign, why not
Over
explore a little bit more and smell the roses? The entire reason that time limit was made, too, was because we kept getting caught up in side quest, fun side quest.
Sure. And you
Yes.
feel like it was a bit too diversionary.
Well, no. Will was the GM who put the time limit on.
Oh, okay. Will didn't like it.
And
being-
Will was fine with me for a while making all these side quests. Which I
But if
did
the-
to help establish these different parts of the world so you would have a fond attachment to different cities.
we gotta put it all on a single map. Give me a CK3 map, Keat, and I can put in a bunch of these. Like, this is Sparta, this is Athens, this is Thebes.
But if
Yeah,
you're in
I-
Sparta, do you want to explore the culture, or do you just want to get done with it and move on?
In Sparta, I
One of those
think-
is quicker, but don't you want to see why the Spartans are so fucked up?
no, they'd probably murder me.
I mean, okay. If you're in Athens, if you're in Rome,
Opinion
who is the
democracy can be
Romans
pretty.
do?
Yes. Oh yeah, I understand. Do you ever
So-
want to get into the detailed aspect, Keat?
Yes, the problem is I just don't have a very good memory with names and stuff.
That is you need to take notes, Keat. We need to all take
Note
notes.
taking is actually one of those things I would encourage if you are struggle with names from time to time. But
Mine
yeah,
is more visual. Like when
You
you,
want me
pop
to-
up a
hold-
character,
Actually,
when you
side
pop
note.
up a character, when you talk about them, sometimes I go like, "Oh, that one."
right?
If there's how about every session? Now here's a radical idea. Every session, we have a shared document that we all go and like say we all share it amongst the participants of the session. And over time, as information is being added and added, we say like, "Oh, this is the session for this day. Here is what we do."
Plus,
and
if
everyone
you guys
adds
have a
their own
public
thing.
notes document,
Public
I
notes
can
document.
see what you are liking and what you aren't liking. And I can
You know-
even build going forward based upon what your current vibe is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good to keep notes, especially if you share them with me, because then I can see what you guys are thinking and know what to go do going forward. What vibes, what doesn't.
Question, Matt. Is
Yeah?
everyone going on Saturdays now? I can switch my Sundays to Saturdays for a more unified group instead of like, oh, it's only me and Keat and Will today.
Well, Silver was supposed to be here today, but honestly, it might be one of those things where if we are having people doing one day, we might do
I mean, I'm
Saturday.
here still.
I'll switch it to. I'll do my best to switch my arrangements to Saturday.
If you can.
Okay.
If not, we can still do 2 days. But, it's one of those
I
things
feel like
where...
Go ahead.
I guess it's one of those things where, like, as a writer, I like to world build. And sometimes world building is literally just, yeah, when you're in low levels in places like this, you're SOL, right?
What does SOL
Yulia
mean
is
again?
not a shit out of luck.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Or, like, for instance, one of the things that I think I could have expanded on a bit more, and I was always trifled with a time limit, right? I was never really satisfied with putting a time limit on a journey like this. Because there's so many things to explore. You have all these characters that are introduced. You can do various jobs for them, get a whole host of things, have this whole fun adventure where the world feels vibrant and full. And if you put a time limit on it, outside of particular sections, like the end of the journey, that time limit makes sense, because it is do or die. You have a reason to protect this full world. You have a reason to go from point A to point B to save the world. Because you're invested in all these different places, characters, and sites.
I would definitely, in that sense, like, how about this, Matt? I would definitely be like, yeah, that public document thing where everyone can take notes. Would probably be pretty cool.
Yep.
It can be like something that hosted by you and you share to like, hello guys, you have an entire folder in your Google Docs dedicated to this this specific session. In it, the title of the document is yada yada yada, year, the date. And then you got a shareable link. You put it out just before session. You have everyone join it when they get in, and be like yeah, this will be the note taking. Not only will this be helpful for recollection for everyone else, but also it helps to emphasize what is important, what you guys like.
There's a reason I'm planning so heavily the next arc in Path to Create Nihil, because there is a time limit, but every action you take can change it drastically, because you're in this point now where your power is that of being able to affect the world as it is. In other words, while I can enforce a time limit on you if things are going too slowly, I can also take my time with the time limit established, because you can change fate at this point. So that's basically why I'm taking so long, because I'm going to grind my heels against the push to just go. There's no need for the go guy in this next arc.
I think the notes thing will be good and help realizing, getting feedback on what the characters like, and you can help to build shape the experience around that. Right? That'd be nice.
Yes. But that's
I have no opinion.
Yeah, what?
Sorry?
I have no opinion.
I mean, does what I'm pushing sound good?
If we use it.
I mean, one of the suggestions you gave me is make the mini sheets, which I am.
What's the mini sheets?
So he said, rather than trying to get every player character attached to every NPC, why not just give player characters their own group, their own team to focus on getting attached to, and then giving affinity missions when someone feels sufficiently attached and willing to do something for an NPC.
Well, that thing is, my immediately criticism would be like, okay, let's say we have Raphael's armory, we have
No, more condensed. Like, in this end of the world scenario, you, Raphael, are in charge of these 5 idiots, and you get to know these 5 idiots really, really well.
First, I can understand that.
Treat them as Pokemon.
Yeah.
we have our own journeys to go on. I'm worried when you say that is okay. That means for the majority of the time it's going to be dedicated only to me.
No.
I'm worried. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm the guy. I'm the only player character leading 5 NPCs.
No, all of you are leading a chaotic ensemble, right? That's
Okay.
that's the brilliance of it. So like in between fights, I might ask you who you're talking to. If I see a good conversation there, I'll do it. And there's going to be time between fights because another thing I'm really trying to sink my teeth into, I want to give you a reason to fight, and I don't want to force you into a fight just for the sake of having it.
This is why I like the public document thing. What do you
Yeah.
think about that, Keith?
That's why I mentioned earlier. Like, it'll be a good idea if we use it.
I'm worried it's like, oh, would you not like take advantage of it? Will you not read like the notes of what happened last week?
That's what I'm saying.
It's good on paper. Will we execute it well? So to say.
I think it's
Will
worth
we
a
have
shot. Like it's one of those things where you guys are gonna have to get on board with it. But if you guys get on board with it, I have a feeling you guys will find it very useful. And
Yeah,
do
it depends on the
because,
yeah.
you guys just gotta agree to go at it, right?
In this instance, it relies on the commitment by the players, Keith. Right. So
At least to start to the commitment, right? And
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
even asking for that public document thing. I'm just asking like, yes and improv with me.
I'm gonna totally forget so many things. That's why I'm like, please help me. I want someone else to write stuff down for me.
Oh yeah, and one of the other things, one of the players who isn't always here but very much enjoys the sessions is Lewis, because he doesn't necessarily take notes, but you might remember him saying stuff. Oh, I remember back the first time he ran Path to Destroy
That'd be
Nihil,
great.
blah blah
You know,
blah.
Yeah.
Like,
if we
if
have
Lewis
that,
is here consistently, you guys will have the bank of information, because Lewis remembers things perfectly most of the time. He remembers things I don't. But when I was doing Path to Destroy Nihil, I was still doing things rapid fire, but like I had 8 hours in sessions every so often.
Okay, another question: if we were to implement the public document, do you want it just to be a single document that just goes on and on? Because if we
Yeah.
have like 50 different weeks and 50 different documents,
Yeah,
pretty
just one
difficult.
document that goes on and on and on with like
Okay.
date, like the first thing on each day being new date, time, session number.
Well, I would basically go the opposite way, where I'd have categories and subcategories.
That would, like, however you guys want to do it. I'm going to give you the document and say run wild.
Like people, and then have the people listed, and there's notes about that person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that might be. I'm thinking. Should we set? Yeah, that's a bit of a question we're gonna have to address later.
What I might actually ask is, Sass, can you join me sometime this week to talk about these ideas?
This is midterms are this week. I'm sorry. I just like this is the reason why.
So
I've been,
maybe
like,
not this
hesitant.
week. Maybe whenever you're free. But like, if you give me a date where you're like, hey, this is the time. I'll just create a group chat with us, because I think you two might be the people I bounce ideas of how to improve things off of. But the last thing I am asking for is just a bit more cooperation, because things will run.
Never.
This key will be the little Satan being like, "We'll never cooperate," and I'll be the nice holy angel Sass who'd be like, "Okay, we'll do
Yeah, you're
this."
the nice holy angel Sass who says it in a nicer voice.
Yeah, we won't cooperate with you. We don't negotiate with terrorists. I don't get me wrong. I do love you guys, but to the audience, this is unfortunately, as a GM, I've learned that this group has its own merits in a completely different way. Being thrown off your heels time and time again in itself, like Keith says, makes you a better GM, because you learn how to sort of pivot around things.
Also, I didn't realize I was throwing you off that much.
It wasn't entirely you. The time limit actually was one of the things where I was just getting like, why am I doing all of this? We don't have time. like
Okay. I'll bounce all ideas off of what to think about because I'm still wagering how to do the whole public document. We already have a couple of Bobby things. It's just that in order for, I think it's best to be like, okay, having your characters and your players have a document where they're like, okay, guys, let's look at it. What did we do last week? What are the new characters? What is the information we got? What's the that
would
general
be great.
thing?
That would be great. That's why I do the recap at the beginning too.
Yeah.
I let it be known, I did for the first time a perfect recap.
Yes, you did.
You actually did.
Yeah.
Except I wasn't here yesterday, so I couldn't verify it. But I'll go off what Matt is saying and say yes, you did.
But like I was saying, you're gonna have players throw you off. That does not make them bad players. It just means you are going to have to challenge yourself. Just because a player isn't going along with what you want to tell doesn't mean they're a bad player. Just like as a GM not going along with what you want to do as a player doesn't make them a bad GM. The important detail about everything, D&D is not a story set in stone from the beginning. Neither is Pathfinder, neither is Hero System. The stories are fluid, they move, because you are playing a cooperative game. As a GM, I have learned how to move, how to pivot, how to get things back on track. Use the motion these guys are building up, throw them in the right direction, you know? But
Makes
I
sense.
still let their motion make consequences for when they are getting in the right direction. You might
I'd be
ask
like,
your
"Yo."
players for cooperation, give them all the reason why they should cooperate, and they'll still say no. And that's their right. Because I am jokingly asking for their cooperation, because whether they like it or not, they've declared war with the Cabal on Mars.
We have declared war.
This is no longer a request, Cockgun. Cooperate with the GM.
No!
I'm gonna be like,
No,
yo, I'm
here's
gonna
the
whatever.
wonderful thing. Since I'm preparing so hard, you aren't going to want to do anything else. I know I can entice you to do what I want you to do if I give you enough breadcrumbs and enough incentive. You know what Gavilan is going to want to help these people for?
What?
Because he is going to get so much more intel about how he can defeat Nihil from these people. Because
You're
you
gonna
can't
need to
defeat
take
an enemy
notes.
if you don't understand them. Now, can you, Gavilan?
You're gonna need to take notes, Gavilan.
Well, first, I don't know the full story of what's going on here, but you have to be careful with the new Gavilan.
Well, at the same time, I do know Pharasma would definitely tell him you can't hope to defeat an enemy you don't understand. Gather as much info on why Nihil is the way she is to defeat her.
I agree completely, my dear Lady Pharasma. I shall torture everyone I find until they tell me what I need to do.
Or you could just use your overwhelming charisma and get them to talk to you that way.
2. But if that fails, I'll torture.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you'd be surprised how
have
honeyed
someone-
your words are. But you see,
I'm
I know what your story going in to this from the 2-year time skip is. That's why I like doing the training arcs too, because not only am I helping you discover new abilities, I know what you've been up to for 2 years. That is an advantage on my end to get you warped to the right part of the story. The reason I don't need to do that with Carl is Carl will go along with what I have to do. And the reason I offered not to do it with Sass is because if he wants to do it, I know he will cooperate more than you. But you writing it yourself and then showing me what you got, that is a mandatory read, because I'll know how to get you involved.
Yeah,
and that is the true secret you have taught me to being a GM, Keith, is I can lead you to water, but if I want you to drink, I gotta do something more. And that is the secret.
Keith.
Everyone say goodbye, because
Bye.
that is the perfect end code. Welcome to the path to
Welcome to Matt's
Welcome to
world.
the
We do
path to
whatever he
create
does.
the Hill timeline. I have
Welcome
been on
to
a
Matt's
journey to become a good GM for the past however long I've been playing with these people, and I think I'm getting there. Keep joining
Hello, are
me
you still
and
going?
my players as we keep testing each other's limits and move forward